Hello everyone, this is Friday Master Niranjan Navalgund. I welcome you all to today's coverage of the title Tuesday. Let's cheer for the Indian players today, and I will not be playing today, but I'll be watching the games along with you, and we will together watch and cheer for the Indian players tonight. And let's see, who do we have? Of course, we have Raunak Sadhwani, who bagged third place yesterday. The games are likely to start in about 4 minutes from now. And I see after Raunak from the Indian side, I have see Gukesh. Gukesh is also playing, and of course Vidit is playing. And I'm told that Vidit is also streaming today, so it's going to be exciting. So my pick for today, before I tell you that, let's see what you have in mind. Thanks Vansh for giving us that, pasting the link. This is the link for the tournament. Yes, I will try to add the Discord link. Okay, I have added it. All right. Hi Sagnik, hi Alark. Yes, Indravadan, Vidit is playing. Hello Rishikesh, hello Emotion Ninja. So you're rooting for Nihal Sarin, so that means even Nihal is playing. Okay. So let me quickly follow these accounts so that I keep a tab on them. Okay, I'm following Vidit. I think he's one player who we will be observing throughout the event. And there is no knockout. The format is very simple, just straight 11 round event. And of course I have my favorite swimmer chess here, who I will obviously be following. Then there is also Gukesh Domaraju. Okay, so chat, what's your prediction today? So AK Rocks is saying Vidit will win. Rakesh, I'm not sure. Rakesh was not, I was not sure whether he's going to come today. So you're rooting for Nihal, but I don't see Nihal in the list. Is he in the list? Where is Nihal? Vidit will win. Yeah, I also have a feeling he seems to be working really hard these days on his game. So yeah, there's a chance that we could see Vidit in top today. Raunak Sadhwani's rating is 2986, guys. Wow. And then of course there is Vidit. After Vidit I see swimmer chess. After swimmer chess I'm not so sure. Harsha Bharatkoti is playing. Karthik and Murli is playing. So those are few GMs that we must definitely check. Okay, so young kid also, definitely we must check these players. So games are about to start in less than 1 minute from now. Okay, yeah, this is going to be exciting. So my hope is still on swimmer chess today as well. So let's see, what about the chat? Vidit or Anish? राकेश आ रहे नहीं, ये मुझे नहीं पता. I don't think he's playing. I think he was with his family. He might come, he may not come. I'm not so sure. Arjun is playing. Let me check whether Arjun is playing. I don't see Gandhivam, so I don't think he's playing today. But I don't see Nihal Sarin also. So somebody mentioned that Nihal is playing, but at least I don't see them in the list. I see Gukesh, I see Vidit, and the games are starting, guys. You can see Raunak Sadhwani's game is here, and we have Gukesh, we have swimmer chess. Let me know if I missed any top Indian player who's playing in the event. So I see Harsha Bharatkoti. Then who else? And I see Sankalp Gupta. He's also a strong international master from India. So let me also follow him. Sankalp Gupta. Okay. Then who else? I think that's about it. So the game that I have is of Harsha Bharat. Let's see Vidit's game. What about Vidit? Okay, of course Hikaru Nakamura is also playing. It seems like that. Follow Vidit. Okay, so Vidit is playing black and is playing classical Sicilian. And this is one of his favorite lines. He's playing a FIDE master called Tomekas. He'll get his bishop to d7 very soon. Yeah, he's going to get his bishop to b7 after taking on d4. Queen will come to a5. That's what I think he's going to do. Bishop f6 can be met by bishop f6. Sometimes in classical Sicilian, even giving up this pawn is okay. Yeah, that's what he does. Very good. Okay. Prediction for Raunak. When are we starting memberships? This is something that only Rakesh can answer. Vansh. Alark is saying that Raunak will top, and Alok is saying that Vidit will top the match. Okay. Sub game stream. It's on Friday, 13th of October. I think it's at 3:30 in the afternoon for the Your Game Our Analysis stream. Okay, so I'm now going to say my pick. My pick is Swimmer Chess. My second pick is Vidit. So Rakesh is the director of chess.com India. AK rocks. Alright, let's get back to the games. I see some moves have been played. Queen will come to a5, pawn will come to b4. I think this is what will happen. You know, white is also intending to go h5, h6. So he's now threatening b4. If the knight moves, there is queen takes c2. This is Vidit's threat. I mean, the queen is on d4, but after b4, queen b4, moves like d5 can also come. f4 seems slightly premature to me, because it allows knight c4. The pawn on e4 is no longer having the support of the pawn on f3. This endgame, in classical Sicilian, the endgames mostly mostly black pieces, you can see that they have plus because of this double bishops that black has usually until the end. And this is Vidit. I think Vidit will win this because this bishop is very powerful. The pawn on e4 is very weak. After queen c4, rook c4, b4 will be threatened. Even if the queen moves somewhere, b4 is coming and e4 is hanging. So that means Vidit will win this game. Let me check the other game. Let's go to Raunak Sadhwani, who is playing white, and he's already having a commanding position. You see his rooks are doing great. Queen is going good. Rook is also doing good. This is a position that I will take white any day. Just check, and then pawn is also hanging. I think he'll just take the pawn. Why not take the pawn? Yeah, he did that. Alright, so chat, what about your predictions? Hi Vansh Sidhpura. AK Rocks is saying that Vidit will not lose even a single game. Chess is very uncertain. Anything can happen, but let's hope that he doesn't lose, and let's hope that he wins straight. And in this event, winning the event is more important than winning all the games. So if you win all the games, it's obvious that you will win the event, but this is not an easy event. It's a strong event. So I would expect him to win, but 11 bar 11, I'm not so sure. Bishop d4, rook can come to b8. And this knight, not so sure where it could go. If it goes to a4, then there is rook c8 coming. Vidit is going to have this. Raunak Sadhwani has a comfortable time edge and is going to win this as well. You can see that the knight has problems. If the knight goes to e6, maybe something like queen c2 is also fine. Or, yeah, even just exchanging is fine. Knight d6. Knight d6. He gets knight d6. Bishop d7, I think we should play a move. Now rook e1. Rook e1, and this bishop is now in danger because the rook is hanging. The rook is supporting the bishop. So after rook e7 or something like that, we can put more pressure on this. Oh, knight c8. Now bishop h3 or bishop d5. Bishop g4 is possible. Now rook d1. I think. Oh no, rook d1 is not possible. So rook takes e6, and then I think this endgame is winning. Botvinnik once mentioned that king endgames are like, I mean, the knight endgames are like king and pawn endgames. So a pawn up is a lot of difference. So that means white will convert this. He'll just can get this pawn and win. So that means Vidit is winning, Raunak is winning. Let's check swimmer chess. My hope, let's say swimmer chess is black and is actually losing. That is dangerous. So he's losing to a FIDE master, and it seems like white is going to win this one. How about Gukesh? Gukesh is having black pieces, but okay, he is many pieces up, so he's going to win this as well. So Raunak has won. That's an update. Very good. And Karthikeyan Murli is playing black, and things are not looking great as of now. Anything can happen. Today also 11 games. Yes, today there will be 11 games. One Siddhpura. Hi Manil, welcome to the stream. Alark, how can you send a game to me? Okay, I'll just give you a link through which you can just fill the form and send it to me. So, I mean, the entire team will be monitoring that form, so you can just send it there. So, I'm going to give you the form. Hold on. Okay, so you can check this. This can come handy, and you will know what it is about and why we are doing it. And the link to the form is here. Azeri chess, I think, is Mamidyarov. That's what I think. Today there will be 11 games, guys. Yeah, I hope that you get a chance to meet him, AK Rocks. Okay. So Vidit has won, good news. And Harsha Bharatkoti has won. Gukesh has won. Swimmer chess has lost. So that means top Indians are doing fine. But you know, Karthikeyan Murli is a queen up and he has 6 seconds. I think he will convert this easily. So what do we have? Swimmer chess has lost. Alright, so from the games that I've seen, I think Vidit's game was very convincing because he had this stable edge, and I had told you this pawn on e4 is weak, and he got this pawn. And after winning the pawn, he easily converted, built the pressure on c2, and then got b3, and then rook a2, and then very technical. That he showed why he is 2700 GM in this game. Okay, so let's look at the games that are still in progress. So it shows no games are in progress. Yeah, I see the games. There is international master from Goa, Amay Audi is playing, and he's about to hold this game to a draw against grandmaster from Poland. Ah no, it's not draw. Rook h1 is the main. Ah, I just missed that. Okay. Who else is playing? We have woman FIDE master who's drawn her game against Rosen. That's great. So this was a weird line. d5, bishop c5. Seems to be very dubious to me at first glance. But draw is a good result for black then. Okay. Who else is playing? So there are no Indian games left, so I'll just check the game that's remaining. This is a game that is winning for white. Wow, what is this? You see? So many knights. What happened in this game? Hilarious. Black was a piece up, but you see he promoted all the pawns. He promoted his c pawn. Have you ever done this, guys? Have you ever got a chance to promote all your pawns? It seems like he promoted 4 of his pieces to knight. Baapre, this is epic. He got so many knights. What a picture! What a picture! Swimmer chess is Shiva Mahadevan, international master from Tamil Nadu. Um, Guys, do let me know if there is any lag because I don't see anything here. For me, the stream is going perfect. So it's smooth for me. So just let me know if there is any lag that you are experiencing. So this is the last game here. Hmm, 96. And this is going to be winning for white. So FIDE Master versus Candidate Master. That's the game that's going on. One Sidhpura. My chat. I didn't reply to your chat because I don't know the answer to that question. Why is Raja not playing? Again, I'm not so sure. I can only answer the questions that I can answer. So, Rishikesh Nayak, make me mod. These decisions are best taken by Rakesh, so I will leave it to him. Of course, enjoy the stream. AK Rocks, bye bye. Alright, so this game will take a while. E6 will come. King d5 e6 was coming. This guy did not get it. Knight f6 check. Okay. If there is no pawn on e5, then it's not easy to win. But because we have a pawn, white wins easily. And then it remains to be seen whether white knows how to checkmate with the knight and bishop. So chat, do you know how to checkmate with the knight and bishop? Rounds are 11. You were right. Rounds are 11. Alok, you are welcome. Yeah, you can just send one message. I will be able to read it. Okay. So that is a win, and that means we will have round 2, guys. Round 2 incoming very soon. And we have round 2. Roman Ovetkin is playing against Raunak Sadhwani. Vidit Gujarati is playing against B-Man. Is it Batman? Remains to be seen. I'm not sure. Winnie the Pooh is also a strong international master from India. His name is Aditya Mittal. So he's a 2600 here at the moment. He's playing against Sibelephant. Okay, seems like interesting game going on. Everybody is having interesting games. Okay, young kid, that is Karthikeyan Murli, is playing against a FIDE master. It's a Tory attack. Kings are going normally. So I'll stick to Vidit's game to see how he does. He is playing against a Benoni kind of an opening. This knight will come to c7. This bishop will come to f4 or g5 based on how black responds. I think this knight will come to c7 very soon. He might also play ed5. So he got his bishop to e3. Okay. I'm wondering what Vidit has in mind on rook 8, but knight c7. Okay, that's fine. Now maybe h3. Just prevent all this knight g4 stuff. And guys, you can also use this opportunity to make a move. You can play guess the move. That's something you can do. What is the reward in Title Tuesday? There is cash prize. There are 4 prizes. And hi Rohit Kumar. Sanjay Singh, no, Adiban is not playing tonight. But Vidit is playing, and there are a lot of grandmasters playing. We have Harsha Bharatkoti playing, and Raunak Sadhwani is there, Gukesh is there. Yeah, now the center is closed, so I think white will now hope for a pawn break on queen side as well as on the king side. So they say that you must plan your pawn break based on how your pawns are looking at, like which direction are the pawns looking at. So here I think white can play on the queen side also. But ultimately games will be decided on the king side. That's my hunch. Harshit Dawa, Mumbai Indians won. I actually lost interest after Chennai and RCB lost, so I did not follow it much after that. Vansh, I can speak in Hindi, but for this stream, I mean, it's good for this stream if it's in English, so that's the reason I'm doing it in English. So what's the cash price? Okay, so let me get that for you. The cash price. Okay. So the first prize is $750. Second prize is $400. Third prize is $150. Fourth prize is $100, and there is also a prize for best female, which is $100, and best stream is $100. Yeah, good to know, AK Rocks. We also hope that he wins. So you see a lot of things have happened. He's played knight a4 and then f5, e5, gf5. There will be pawn to f4 coming, I'm very certain. But if he goes bishop f5, this I'm not so sure. I think rook b3 is necessary, or rook c1. One of these moves will be played, because you don't want to play rook b2 and stay in this radar of this bishop. So this is going fine. Vidit is having a nice position. So bishop f5, this pawn is hanging. So on rook b8, he intends to go bc5. I think that's what he wants to do. So bishop b1 is met by knight takes a8. So that's okay. But I'm having feeling that opponent will go rook b8. Opponent is having 1 minute 8 seconds, which is decent. So rook b8 was what play I think he'll play, and this opponent is from Reykjavik, so Iceland. I think Iceland, and I have been to Iceland. And if you're going to Iceland, you must definitely check the northern lights. Yes, AK Rocks, I know. Best stream will go to Nakamura. Yeah, once, quite possible. I also have a feeling that could be the case. So Vidit has sacrificed his exchange. So sacrificing an exchange means you give a rook for a minor piece. So that's usually what happens. So after knight e4, rook goes back, I think, and then there will be d6 or bishop g4. Both are possible. This pawn on d5 is very powerful. It can help you in creating promotion threats. And Vidit is going to win this. Now let me focus on Raunak Sadhwani. So Raunak Sadhwani is playing black side of the King's Indian. And in our previous Title Tuesday, he also came and gave us an interview, and he had won a very nice game against Saleh Mayar Saleh. You must definitely check out that stream if you've not seen that game. All his black side pieces were on the king side. Okay, now bishop a6. Bishop a6 seems... but bishop a6 is met by knight c7. This is a trick. So he'll play queen e7, one move. Defend this pawn, that's what he does. And then bishop a6. Bishop a6 will come. Oh, Anish Giri is streaming, Vidit is streaming, we are streaming. Yes, right. Vidit OP in the chat. Definitely, I think we should have Vidit OP. So I'm starting the trend with Vidit OP. Let's hope he wins this. And if he wins this, I think this will be his first win, as far as I know. Knight can come to d3. Okay, this is a nice break, because then after g8-6, bishop can come, then rook can come to g7, pawn can come to g5. Black's pieces are going to dominate. Pawn on b2 is hanging. Queen c2 or rook b1, now rook g7. I would go rook g7 and play g5. Both players are having very less time, and it seems like Raunak has won. That's an upset. Great. Raunak has won against a strong grandmaster from Russia, but I'm not sure how strong he is in the blitz. But a win is a win, so I'm very happy for Raunak. Vidit has won too. That's great. That's great. So Vidit has won. Let's look at Karthik and Murli, who is in a position to win again. So these pawns, you can see that they are very dangerous. So Karthik and Murli is winning. How about Gukesh? So Gukesh is also winning. You can see he's a piece up, very comfortable. Vidit has won. Now Harsha Bharatkoti is playing and he is an exchange down. But in a situation like this where both players are under time trouble, anything can still happen. Rook g5, king e6 or king e4. Okay, knights are tricky. Knights are tricky in positions like this. But because of this pawn on h3, I think the chances for Harsha Bharatkoti are close to nil right now. You just go rook g2. Oh, rook g2 is met by rook h7 check. Oh, he has to be careful. Knight c7 check. King a5, knight d5. Threatening rook a7 mate. Knight c7 check again. Knight d5 check. Oh, king c6. King c6. I think he had a win. I think he missed a win. Oh, this is going to be a draw. So Harsha missed a win where in this situation after knight check, king c8. I think this is the moment he missed a win. What is the winning move? Something like knight check, king here, knight check, king here, mate. Okay, so this was the winning move. By the way, just a quick trivia, guys. If you get this mate, it's called the Arabian mate. Knight here and rook here. This is called the Arabian mate. Good thing to remember. So I have the results already. Sankalp Gupta has lost. Aditya Mittal has lost. But oh, this was a nice game by Shiva Mahadevan, who played knight g5 and then f4, and then gave a piece on g5. And got his pawn to g6 and then got his queen to h5. That was a very quick win. A 12 move win, guys. Very nice. Knight g5. He's saying take the knight if you want to. And then he's saying g6. I am going to play bishop f7 check or gf7 or rook f7. And then on knight d6 he got queen h5. And there is checkmate. What a feeling to checkmate a FIDE master in 12 moves. Great. And that's about this. So that's the summary of this round. And let's see who is playing. Anish is playing right now. And Anish has won. That's great. Now is the time for me to look at the chat. What is the chat saying? What factor does best stream depends? I'm not sure that. I mean, I think it's about popularity, how popular you are as a streamer, and how popular your stream was. I'm not sure about the specifics, guys. That's just my guess. Okay. Okay, let me get this. Shout out to Master Bhushan. Yes, Vidit is playing and Vidit has won. How did chess players earn before? Okay. How did they earn? They earned by playing tournaments, and they earn by coaching, and they earn by writing articles, and also sometimes they made appearances. Some players get appearance money, so that also was one of the reasons. Some people were into commentary, so that's how different chess players earn in chess, used to earn in chess. And now I think a lot of things have changed. So there are pros and cons of the present situation. So let's keep a close look on Vidit. So Vidit has played classical again. So he's playing against a grandmaster from Romania, I think. And it's going to be another classical win. So based on the opening, I can say this is going to be another classical win. Knight d4 and b5. He goes b5 first. So after knight c6, he'll take bishop c6. Queen will come to a5. Oh no, his knight is coming to d4. So he'll play bishop b7 and then get his queen to c7. Oh, queen c7, you have to be concerned about the sacrifices on b5. I think Vidit is blitzing out. That means he knows his stuff. Rook can come to c8. Knight can come to e5, and again knight can come to c4. I observed that he also got something similar in his previous black game. So once he's saying something, I'm not so sure what it means. Okay. Okay, I'm back to the game. Knight comes to c4. Yeah, this is going to be a comfortable position for black again. So Vidit knows his stuff. His classical Sicilian is completely in his favor. Knight is coming to c4, rook can come to c8. So it's such a great feeling if you know where your pieces belong. So some of you might be having this question as to how do we develop this understanding about where the pieces belong. So this is something that I have been following in the last few years, that if you want to study an opening, you need to know three things. Number one, what are the possible pawn breaks in that opening that you are playing? Number two, where do your pieces belong? And number three, what kind of positions you should aim for? What is the goal of that opening? You must know these things to know any opening well. And by studying some classic games, like if let's say you want to study classical Sicilian, start from the very old games, start from their history, try to understand how the opening developed, and then come to the present scenario and see who are the top players who are playing this opening, and try to guess some moves when you're going through the game. Just don't do it mechanically. So that's a good way to improve your understanding of openings. Okay. All right. Let's check to the games. Thanks, Vansh. Rook h e1. Okay. Things are going normally. I don't see anything big happening yet. I mean, black is still doing good. Okay. So Vidit is thinking, he's down to less than 30 seconds and he's made the move. After rook h1, I did not see the move. It's acting strange. So yeah, so black is still thinking. I don't know what took. What is issue? Maybe it has got something to do with his internet. This is strange. Meanwhile, let me just check other games. Harsha Bharat Koti, who has 1.5 out of 2, is having a decent position. Knight will come to f5. He got that. This is a King's Indian position where white will have more chances because of the c5 break. You can see that black's pawn breaks are not there, so he has to wait for white to make some mistakes. So this is the position which is definitely in black's favor, and I mean in that case it was over white's favor. Gukesh is having his rook on the 7th rank. They say rook on the 7th rank is the heaven for the rooks. There are 6 pawns, so he's going to win this. Passive pieces versus active pieces, plus black is a pawn up. So Indians are doing well tonight. And Gukesh, and now it's Karthik and Murli who is going to push this pawn up till b1 if possible. Something is wrong with Vidit's game, definitely. You're waiting for Vidit versus... So with its game, he's in danger. Definitely he's in danger because bishop and then he's a pawn down. So a lot of things happen in his game. So let's see. Will he recover? He's down to less than 15 seconds. He has like 8 seconds on his clock. Anything can happen. Not sure what's happening there. Then in the game of Gukesh is about to win. Swimmer chess has lost. That's difficult. And okay, what are these guys doing? So Raja Harshita and Sankalp Gupta have started playing their own game. And Aditya Mittal is playing against an international master from Germany. And this game is going to end in a draw, I believe, if they repeat. But the pawn on h2 is convincing enough. Get this king to d3 and then get this pawn on e3. And black is going to win. That's what I think will happen. Okay. I'm just refreshing my page to see if Vidit's game is going on. Yeah, Vidit's game is still going on. And we're not sure what to do. Pawn, he's still having chances because of this pawn on f4. So maybe we can hope for some swindle here. No, rook h6 and then maybe get this bishop somewhere like d2 e3. Or maybe he's going to just take a draw. Pawn b6. Oh, this is deadly. I'm not so sure anymore. He'll push this pawn also and get it to a4, a5, a6. That's what he's going to do. So you see Anish Giri is on 3 out of 3 right now. a5, a6. So there is a trap. f2, rook is controlling, but still. Oh, this is an escape. So this was against Victor Bologan, I think. Wow, this was an escape. Great. Raunak Sadhwani has drawn his game. And who else do we have? Let me check who else is playing. Goa Chess Goa is playing, who's international master from Goa, and he has won his game. Nice. He's played against the kings in an attack. Let's see how he has defended against the kings in an attack. Anytime sack can come on h6. Oh, he does. Opponent has played the sacrifice on h6. I think the rook will come to h1. So the sacrifice was not enough to win the game. That's what I can see. Okay, so that was a nice win. Good to know that Aditya Mittal has won. So on the top board I see Leon Beast, that is MVL is playing, and he is playing black, and he's trying to see, testing to see if his opponent knows how to checkmate with the knight and bishop. Guys, if you don't know how to checkmate with the knight and bishop, please learn it. It's very easy. You just have to know the knight maneuver, the W maneuver. Vidit Drew Anishman. Hello, welcome Pranav. Oh, I just saw a message that the stream is slow. Is it so? Is everything okay right now? Because from my side I see things are fine. So the next games have begun. Let's keep an eye on Vidit. Vidit is playing against Vanina Gunitina. I think she's a strong player from Russia. So Vidit employs the Ragozin, which he is very good at. He's played many Ragozin games. I have personally seen a lot of his games. And bishop can come to d3, then queen can come to a5. This is one of the lines. After bishop c2, queen can come to a5. Yeah, he does play queen a5. This is a gambit, guys. Like, they give this pawn for initiative, and it's up to black to whether to take that pawn or not. Vidit doesn't take that pawn. He goes bishop g4. Knight will come to c6 next. And with that, he has connected his rooks. Very important, guys. If you are playing opening, one of the good signs of knowing that you have completed your development is to see whether you have connected your rooks before move 14. which is very useful if you are able to connect your rooks before move 14 in the opening. Consider that your job is half done when it comes to opening. Thank you, Pranav, for that confirmation. I think pawn can come to h6, then pawn can come to g5, but that's going to be risky. I like White's position because he has slowly got his pieces on the king side and slowly getting dangerous for Vidit. Queen can come to f3, and possible bg5 and h6 threats are likely to come. So Vidit has to find some way to neutralize the pressure on the king side. Once my rating is 2289 according to FIDE. Yeah, he plays queen f3, so I'm wondering how Vidit is going to tackle this, because bishop g5 and h6 is the trick that that White has. It's clearly visible. I am not so sure how. So Vidit is thinking, so he has sensed the danger and is taking his time to come up with a move. Knight e7 is one possibility. I would like to exchange this knight off, and if he takes, I would be happy. So something that I would be very happy with. He plays h6. Okay. And rook a1. Still I would play knight e7. I'm not so sure what he's going to do. He goes knight b4, and then on bishop b1 maybe he wants to play knight d3 and give up that knight there and like exchange this knight for the bishop. Maybe that's his plan, but he plays rook c8. Okay. Now nh6 is a threat, guys. Because of gh6, then the knight hangs on f6. So that's a threat. It's a good idea to immediately notice your opponent's threat as soon as he makes a move. Nihal is playing Bughouse, is it? I'm not so sure, Alak. I am not observing that. Bishop e5. Okay, this is probably one game where opponent is putting a lot of pressure on with it right from the opening. You can see that time difference is also telling. The bishop is hanging. Can White play bishop g7? Bishop g7, queen g4. Queen f6, knight h5. I think bishop g7 is coming. So that's my hunch. Bishop g7, queen g4. But he goes for his opponent goes for bishop d6. Not so sure. Maybe queen g4 is also going to come soon. On bishop f8, he wants to play knight f8 and get his knight to g6. Interesting. But if you play bishop b4, this bishop has to leave its duty and come to b4. Okay, he played bishop f8. I think now king f8. Oh, this is new. I had not seen this. e4. This is a nice moment to do a pawn break because this king's position is somewhat awkward. d4, maybe bishop e4, attacking the rook. So maybe bishop into f5 is a possibility to get the rook to f6 if necessary. But he goes for de4 and rook e4 and then rook b6. So both players are actually maintaining a lot of pressure without really taking committal decisions. Now queen g5 is one idea which comes to mind, but he plays knight f6. Knight f d5 is also an idea. It seems like Vidit was able to somehow manage to coordinate his pieces. Now he is actually standing better in the position. He stands better, and that's magic. You see, with those rook lift moves, then knight maneuvers, somehow he managed to trick his opponent. But at the moment, he has less than a minute. So he has 37 seconds against his opponent's 55. Yeah, Pranav, that game was crazy. I was watching. That game was against Bologan that he played. That was crazy. I agree. So knight d5. Yes, I like this move. Queen d8, rook d8. Queen g4. I think queen f6 will come very soon. He goes g6. Okay. Yeah, knight h6 is obviously not possible because the queen is hanging. But maybe opponent has rook takes e6. Opponent might play rook takes e6 and then knight h6. Queen f3, giving away the piece. Now I am certain Vidit is going to win this game because after knight f5 or knight h5, queen come to g5 and black has no problems. So another great win coming for Vidit from the Ragozin opening. So one of the traits that Vidit is known for is about openings. So after this game, definitely after this event, he will check his openings and try to see where he could have improved, because it's very likely that opponents can repeat these opening lines. So guys, even a lot of title players, even I do this after I play games to check where I have gone wrong, especially in opening, and see where I could improvise. Rook takes now rook will come to g6. I think rook will come to g6, or even rook c6 and rook c1. That should be enough. So Vidit is going to win. Who else is playing? There are a lot of players who are still playing, and it's hard to pick. But I'll go with the young kid who has won his game. Great. So Vidit is going to win, no doubt about it. Oh, but he is having less time. That's the reason I could see that he was repeating moves. Knight h3 check. Oh, knight f3. That's okay. That's okay. Still winning. Queen e5. That's the safest path to win. This is win. And it's important to note that this is a tournament with the increment. So every move you get 1 second increment, which is good, which increases your winning chances when you are ahead in material. Knight d5 check, and the knight is having problems. So b6 check, and the knight will also be lost. And I think it's a time for black to win. Yeah, white resigned, so he has won it. Very nice. Vidit's game was very nice. I mean, especially the way he defended. That was epic. So the moves that I meant were, the moves that I liked in this game were knight d7 and then rook c6. And then after this king f8, which looked suspicious to me in the beginning, but the point was that he wanted this rook to be on e8. He wanted this knight on d7 to come to f6 when needed. So he decided to play king f8, and then he got his rook to b6, making space for knight to come to c6, or also bishop d5 if necessary. So there were some cool moves. You see, he played rook b6. Now b2 is also hanging. So this was a nice win by Vidit. All right, let's see who is playing. Wonderful Time is playing. All right, again we see knight bishop mate. For those who are watching, it's a reminder for you guys. If you have not learned knight bishop checkmate, please learn. And here black has won. Seems like he knows how to checkmate and his opponent just give up, agreeing that okay, you know the mate. Parham Maksudlu is playing. Wow. And he's playing against Dr. Velia. He has checkmated, almost checkmated. Okay, so he's won his game. So this is probably the last game, and white has won the game. Okay, so king takes and then white wins. Yeah, so this is the last game, guys. White is about to win because white is a rook and a pawn up. Hikaru lost. Oh, I did not see that. Thanks for that. So that means Anish on YouTube is still leading, isn't it? Now it's former prodigy Big Fish, that is Fedusiv, is leading. Our Indian kid, Karthikeyan Murli, young kid, is also leading as of now. So I think after this we will be having a quick break. Yeah. So I think we will be having a quick break. Parham Maksudlu is leading. So Gukesh is our hope as of now. Gukesh and Karthikeyan Murli, they are on 4 out of 4. But of course, Vidit is on 3.5. So I think we still have a lot of chances, and we can hope that one of the Indian players will be in the top today. So now that we have a break, I could ask you, I could answer some questions if you have. So far, of course, the player of the session, at least in the first 4 rounds, has been Vidit, who was very consistent, except for that one game where he was 3 pawns down. Swimmer Chess has won his game. That's good. So that's something to be happy about for Swimmer Chess. Who else? Winnie the Pooh has won the game too. That's nice. He played the f3 Nimzo Indian and won his game. Got his bishop, knight. Very aggressive setup. So if you want to play an aggressive system against the Nimzo Indian, then f3 is it. You can play this line. This game tells you how dangerous it can be. After rook takes f8, queen f8 is a mate. I have also won a game against a grandmaster in this line. I won against Lakshman. So I have good memories of f3 line. Okay. Let me answer chat questions. Nihal and yeah, this is a good opportunity for me to tell you that we are going to have the second episode of YGOA, that is your game, our analysis. And if you want to be a part of it, then let me just paste the links. So I'll just paste this. Okay, let me get that. So this is the form link. This is the form. If you want to submit your games, you can submit the form there. Hello Amrish, I hope you're doing fine. And if you want to know what this is about, then you can check the blog. So I'm just going to paste the link of the blog that will give you the details about what YGOA is and what we are planning to do with it. We did our first episode last week. For those who are joining for the first time, also you can we already have around 97, and it will be great to reach 100 likes on the stream. And if you have not subscribed yet, maybe you can consider subscribing to our channel. I have been good, Amrish, thank you very much. I've been doing good. So today I am actually not in the mode of playing, so I thought why not just see some games and enjoy. And I think we are likely to see another classical game by Vidit in the Sicilian Classical. He has chosen that as his main opening, it seems. So I think I'll just take a quick break and I'll be back soon. Hello, I'm back with that quick break, and I'm just waiting for the games to begin. No, Amrish, there are a lot of players who are playing. Vidit is playing, Gukesh is playing, Harsha Bharatkote is playing, then of course Shiva Mahadevan is playing, then Raunak Sadhwani is playing. So these are the players who are still playing this event. Of course, Karthikeyan Murli is playing, and he is one of the leaders at the moment. So Gukesh and Karthik and Murli. So I'll also like to give you a little peek that we are going to have something very special on our channel on this coming Sunday. Something that you have not seen on chess.com India. There is going to be a show very soon on chess.com India. Stay tuned for some updates on that. Okay. So games have begun. I'm going to keep an eye on the readers as well as the players who are grandmasters at the moment. Let's say Harsha Bharat Koti is there. Vidit Gujarati has played the Catalan, which is his favorite weapon, one of his favorite weapons with the white pieces. He has won many good games with it, and he has been playing this right from 2007 or 2006, I think. Now Bishop G2, this is one of the openings that I play as well. Knight E5 will come, Bishop C6, then Knight takes C6, but with it goes for Knight BD2, then B5 is going to come very soon. But he goes Bishop B4. Okay, then after castles, maybe now B5. No, doesn't go for this. So this is a territory that I have not seen before. It's new to me. Let's check what is Gukesh doing. Gukesh is our leader, and he has chosen this London system, and he's chosen the trending variation of the London. This variation is very much popular these days. If you want to study the London system deeply, study the games of Kamsky. Gata Kamsky is one of the experts, and from India, Grandmaster Sandeepan Chanda is one of the experts in this line. Queen c4, knight d4, pawn on c6 is hanging, knight a5 is threatened, knight c6 is threatened. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. The position looks balanced, but you see black has two bishops, and this is the kind of variation where pawns are doubled, white has doubled pawns, but can black exploit them? That's the question. So on that basis, I think the position is still balanced. Hi Vansh. That's good to know. Vansh, to make the best use of your time, try to do guess the moves kind of thing. Don't just keep watching passively. Also try to engage inside your mind and see what you could do. If you were in that position, try to think of a move and then compare your move with the move that is played, and then try to ask this question: what is it that you missed about that move? And Tarandeep Singh, he's on 3.5. Yes, Alar Kamresh, you are right. Vidit is on 3.5 right now. This is the 5th round in progress. And let's look at other games. Vidit is doing fine. This is if you're feeling that Vidit has lost a pawn, don't worry, guys. In Catalan, white usually sacrifices a pawn, especially the c4 pawn, for some initiative. And he has enough in this position. I think he is nowhere close to any danger. So apart from this, Karthik and Murli is our leader. So we must pay attention to Karthik and Murli, who is playing against Sanal Wahab. So guys, if you have not googled Sanal Wahab, please do so. He looks very much like Harry Potter. So I have met him. I have seen him play. So Sanal Wahab is his opponent, and they have this position right now. Knight has come to h5. He's got his knight to e3. So on knight f4, he wants to go knight d5. Maybe first g3. First push this knight and then bring the knight to d5. So white will just push this knight first and then get knight to d5. I think that's what he's going to do. But he goes bishop b2. Maybe he wants to play knight g4 and attack this pawn on e5. That could be his idea. Very smart. So maybe black will go f6 to protect this pawn on e5, because this pawn on e5 is coming under some sort of pressure right now. So maybe it's a good time to ask, what's your guess? Which Indian player will score the maximum points for the Indian side? Like who among the Indians will score the highest? So who will be the highest? Which Indian player will score the highest according to you? My guess is, based on what I'm seeing, I think it's going to be Vidit. So he has got his pawn to c4, b5 pawn break, knight d5. So after knight d5, he probably wants to take the knight with his c pawn. Yeah, that's what he does. Black has this pawn on b line, which is backed by the rook. So I'm not so sure if white is better here. Maybe the position is equal. Gukesh has lost, which is a setback, guys. So he was one of the leaders. And Vidit is pressing. He is in a very good position, commanding position. The pawn on b4 is hanging. The rook is under attack. Vidit is in no danger. But his opponent is. Swimmer chess, Winnie the Pooh. So let's stick with this game because Karthikeyan Murali is leading the event. So we see that he has exchange on e5 and bishop g5. Okay. Queen b2 is met by c3, so we cannot really do that. This is not easy position to play with these pawns. Very heavy pawns. They are rolling with great speed. Rook c8 and then bishop c4 is a possibility. Yeah, he does rook c8. Very strong player. Bishop c4 is coming. I don't know how to stop that. Once bishop c4 comes, b3 will come, then b2, and it's game over. So Karthikeyan Murali is in great danger here. Only a miracle can save him. He's going to win. Black is going to win this game. Raunak, Gukesh. If my guess goes right, I will get gold membership. Today we are not really having any giveaways, but we will have a giveaway very soon. And as I mentioned, we will also be having a special show on Friday as well as on Sunday. So on Friday we are having YGOA and on Sunday we have something very special. How many rounds will be played? There will be 11 rounds. So Amrish is rooting for Gukesh, Raj Raghubanshi and Alark are rooting for Raunak. Me and Vansh are now rooting for Vidit. Okay, I mean we feel that Vidit will be the highest scorer today. Okay, so Queen f1 has to be played and then Black is winning. Black is a hold rook up. Let's come back to Vidit's game. Vidit is having an equal position. This game will end in a draw. Unfortunately for Vidit, this is going to be a draw. So there we go. We have, I think, we are going to have a repetition very soon and it's a draw. Okay, so that means Vidit's opponent escapes. And I'm very curious, where did Vidit make a mistake? Okay, he got his pawn on b4. Knight came to b6. Knight e5, fine. Bishop g2 is fine. And now bishop is attacked. So I just dropped this bishop to a5. Very good. Knight d7. This move is the real culprit. So maybe just play knight f3 and then play pawn to e4. This would have been a nice way to put pressure because the bishop is attacking the knight and this knight is supporting the knight on d5. So white is threatening to remove the defender of this b6 knight. And if black plays f5, then we come back to e5 and say we have got a very nice square for our knight on e5. So I think that was a turning point in the game, after which Vidit's opponent played very well and got the draw. Oh, it's not so clear. You see the pawn on d6 is very, very strong by the looks of it, but the pawn on c3 managed to cancel out the effect of that pawn on d6. So that's how they drew. Let's look at those games which are still going on. I see that Aditya Mittal is playing black and is about to lose this game because opponent has a queen and this is lost. The king will simply take this pawn and win the game. Who else is playing? This is also lost. Okay. So a lot of the results are coming up. Okay, so this is going to be a long game. Rook bishop versus rook. This is a tricky end game, guys. You cannot take it lightly. If you don't know how to draw this, I think it's a good idea to learn that. Rook g3, and I think it's gone. Rook g3, rook g4, rook g4. Oh, he missed. I mean, WIM missed here. She had a chance to go rook g4, and I think made on g8. Now it's not so easy. With less time, anything can happen. So this is one game, and then this is one game which is still going on. And here white is definitely winning. Heavy material up. And then we have this game. Okay. Once you are right. Paresh. Hello Paresh. How are you doing? I hope you are practicing chess and enjoying chess. With every day that passes by, I hope you are making use of your time to do some chess. Oh, that is great. So black escaped with a draw. Today I am seeing a lot of escapes. First we saw Vidit escaping. Then we saw a lot of other players doing the escape. So Raunak Sadhwani is playing against Cuban 1991. But what about Vidit? Vidit is playing a FIDE Master. So Vidit is now on 4 out of 5 after making 2 draws. And we have a leader, Farham Maksudlu, who is on 5 out of 5. And he is followed by a lot of players who have got 5 out of 5. You can see in the standings. But Gukesh is on 4, Raunak is on 4, and Vidit is on 4. That's all I can see right now. Okay, let's get back to the games, guys. Let's get back to the games. Let's keep an eye on Vidit. And we have this position. So Vidit is going to play bishop e7, castles king side. He's going to play it simple. He's going to put his bishop to b7 after pawn c4 because ab5 was hanging. Now bb7 is necessary because ab5 is threatened. He does that. But ab5, rook 8 is met by queen 8. So that is his trick. He wants to put more pressure on the pawn on d3, on e4. So maybe d3 is a possibility at the moment. Yeah, he goes for d3. cd3, then maybe bishop d3, and then ba4. That's what he could play. First he goes ba4. Okay, now what if queen a4? The knight is pinned. This seems a little dangerous to me, because after queen a4, if he plays bishop e7, then white may play e5, and after d5, knight takes e5 might come. Let's wait and see what happens. ba4 is a decision which I would not have done. Definitely not. Doing good but stuck at 1200. Hi Karthik Ghatnati. Thank you. Stuck at 1200. Failing to convert good positions. Paresh, we all know that ratings are taken into consideration. But let me tell you honestly, you are what you play in that position. You could be anyone, but what you are is determined by what you do in that position. So remember that whenever this thought of rating comes to your mind. The beauty of this game is anybody can play the best move in the position if that player focuses in that position. So you have to develop this ability to focus well. So just train every day, do some tactics every day, look at the classical games, and have some good resource. Like if you are willing to really spend some time on chess, then invest some time on it and work it out. Like if you are failing to convert winning positions, one player you must study is Vladimir Kramnik, because once he gets a winning position, the way he converts that position is remarkable. You can learn a lot from his games. And if you're stuck at 1200, try to calculate more, try to solve positions more, because at least until you come to 1400 or 1600, 90% of your work I think has to be done on endgames and tactics. Openings we can do later. Alright, that helps. I hope that helps Paresh. Let's come back to the game where Vidit has sacrificed No, Vidit has not sacrificed anything. He is in fact a pawn up. The knight on e4 is strong. The rook will come to c8. But I see knight into e6 kind of tricks coming here. When I'm sure Vidit will see this. So something like d5 possible. Yeah, d5 is possible. But bishop e4, d4, knight e6 is coming. So he has to be careful. Vidit has to be careful here. Something like king h8 possible. Just get away from all the sacrifices on e6. The reason I was reluctant to play bishop d5 is bishop into e4 that's coming. So Vidit is taking his time. He knows his position is fine. You know, he comes back, he attacks the pawn on g2 and also defends the knight on d7, which is very nice. Now he'll get his bishop to d5. He's also threatening e5. This is a fork, guys. The bishop and knight are together attacked. This is a pawn fork. So there are too many threats. I think Vidit made a very nice move to come back with his knight to f6, defend d7, threaten e5, threaten g2. This is going to be Vidit's game. f3. I don't like that. Maybe it was a sad necessity. So his point is, if you play e5 here, knight is coming to f5. Okay. So why not play bishop d5 first or queen a7 first? Yeah, he goes bishop d5. Very good. And then maybe get a rook to c8 or b8. Yeah, he got his rook to b8. This pawn is also likely to fall very soon. Okay, so he plays h6. This is called creating the Luft. You are creating a square for your kings to avoid any kind of back rank. In English, the word for Luft is flight square. Alright, pawn comes to b5. This bishop will come to, knight is coming to b6. This knight will come to c4. Vidit is enjoying his position and is likely to win this game. So let's see how others are doing. How is Gukesh doing against Quintilianov? Gukesh is having a nice position, but he's a pawn down. I mean, his pieces are active. You can see his rook is on the 7th rank. The bishop is doing great, but he's a pawn down, and I think this game is likely to end in a draw. Raunak Sadhwani is having this position where he's a pawn up, but the position continues to remain balanced because of white's activity. That's what I feel. Now rook c5, rook f3 and rook c7 is slowly heading towards a draw. Or king f2. What was this move? I'm not so sure. Something like knight a6 is met by rook 6. King e3, rook takes f3. Oh no, king f3, knight d2. That was what his idea was. Rook a3. Rook a3, get this pawn. Black is going to win this. King g7, king g6, and then roll this pawn on this h pawn, and then he's going to win, I think. Get his king to f6, g7, like g7, f6, or e7, f6. Get this king to g5. This is going to be a win for Raunak. Coming back to Vidit's game, Vidit is still a pawn up, and he's going to play queen f2, I think. But he goes rook c4. Okay, never mind. Still winning, still winning. I think knight f4, rook c2, but knight is hanging. So you just play queen g5. Yeah, queen c7. He's intending to play knight h5. First, you must take care of the rook. So rook takes e4, f takes e4, knight h5. Oh, he goes knight e4. That's very risky, I felt. f5 will come soon. Kick this knight out of the center. So with this, he's defending against all threats. f6, king f7, king g6. King g6 is a good place to hide. Queen check. Queen e5 check or h4, yeah. This is going to win. Queen e5 and it's lost. Knight d3 is threatened. So this queen c7, knight d3 is threatened. This is discovered check and it's lost. So Vidit has won his game. Let's focus on the games that are still going. Harshabad Koti is playing against a national master and is about to make a draw here. So what's happening in the standings? Drop Stone DP. He is leading with 6 out of 6. Raunak Sadhwani is on 5.5 out of 6. Gukesh is on 5 out of 6. And Vidit is also on 5 out of 6, which is good, guys. We still have hope that one of the Indian players will come in top 3. You're welcome. Karthik. That's a nice question, Karthik. In the opening, when your opponent pins your knight, what do you have to do is, before you can make a decision about your bishop, let's say if you're talking about the king side bishop and you want to avoid that pin, which is bishop g5 or bishop g4 pins, then you can consider making moves h6 or h3. But before that, you can also consider putting your bishop on e2 or e7 so that there is no possibility of a pin bothering you. That is one way of avoiding pins. The other way of avoiding pin is by playing h3 or h6 if you're worried about the pin on the king side. So those are some ideas in which you can prevent yourself from going into a pin. And sometimes there are some openings in which white deliberately goes for a double pawns because it opens the G line for them to attack. Okay, this is going to be a draw, but both players are still playing, hoping for a skewer. This is going to be a draw very soon. So there are still some games going on. Let me check. Exotic Princess Jobava Bagdur has lost to Parham Maksudlu. So let's check this game. This is a Karokan game and Parham Maksudlu plays the 2 knights variation, and you can see that Parham is going all out on the king side. Yes, there is this f5 break which kind of puts a break to white's attack, but it's only temporary. That's what Parham Maksudlu says. He gets his rook to d6, gets the bishop to c4, gets the bishop to f7. You see all his pieces are dominating. Wow, very beautiful play by Parham, and I think a very deserving win. You see this knight on c3 wasn't doing anything, so he immediately shuffles it and improves it and exchanges it with a defender. Great. You see he got his king to support the pawn, so he's actively involving all his pieces into the game, which is a good sign. Queen d1 and then a4 is lost. This is a very deadly pin and it's hard to escape from this pin. This is called an outside pass pawn because it's outside, and white won this game. Very nice game. I am impressed. So this is the only game left in today's round at the moment. After this we will have the 7th round. I hope that has answered your question, Karthik. So 117 likes. It's decent. Thank you. Rook h8. Wow. So you see this is a game between two grandmasters and one of them faltered after king d6. He should not play rook e1, but he should go king c8. Okay, next games have started. Let's keep an eye on Vidit's game. Vidit is playing against FIDE master Thampa Chess and Raunak Sadhwani is playing against Jospem. Okay, so Raunak employs the Karokan, which has suddenly become very popular, and there's also one dialogue from the Netflix series Queen's Gambit where they mention that Karokan is all pawns and no hope, and I strongly disagree. We also put out a video of Nihal Sareen where Nihal won his game against MVL in Karokan. So this bishop will come to g7 and he'll exchange this bishop off with bishop f5. Why they do this? Because this G line can then be made use of. That's the point. I don't think theoretically black is in any danger. He'll just castle and maybe hope for a minority attack. That's what I feel. Bishop h6 could be the threat. So maybe e6. Yeah, this is possible. Bishop h6, he wants to go knight e7 and knight f5. That's what he wants to do. He goes for minority attack, b5, b4. For those of you who don't know what is a minority attack, you can see that white has 4 pawns on the queen side, but black has only 3 pawns. With just having 3 pawns, you are actually attacking, right? This is called minority attack. You go b5, b4 and you are attacking the majority with the minority that you have. That is why it's called a minority attack. One of the popular openings in which minority attack is very famous is Queen's Gambit Declined Exchange Variation. You can Google it out. You're welcome, Karthik. What's Vidit's rank today? Somaranjan, very good question. I will answer that. Vidit is currently somewhere around 30s, I think. He's trailing the leader by 1 point. He's 5 out of 6 at the moment. But he's below 30, so I cannot really say his rank. But he still has a lot of chance. He has every chance to make a comeback and win this tournament. He is only trailing by 1 point, which can be recovered in the remaining games that we have. Okay, all right. Let's get back. So Raunak Sadhwani has given a pawn, is it? No. I thought he's just lost a pawn. What about this pawn on c5? So after knight a5, he wants to grab this pawn on c5, but you see the pawn on b5 was also hanging. For some reason, his opponent did not take it. Rook c5 is met by knight e6, so you cannot really take rook c5 yet. So maybe black has to play something like queen e7 to take the pawn on c5. Something like queen c7 and then queen c5. Only then you can hope to get that pawn. So Raunak is doing great as of now. Tirth Limbani, yes, you are right. Mumbai Indians won IPL 2020. Queen c5. Queen c5. Why not queen c5 now? I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I think he can take the pawn, but he's not taking it. Wow, that's strange. Let's go to Vidit's game. Vidit is having a very interesting position. You can see that. You see all his pawns are lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a nice sight. Okay, now he has this position. The pawn on g5 is a pawn that requires support, and yeah, it's been taken already. The bright side of this is that black has not got anything to worry about because the pawn on g5 is lost. So if you've lost something, there's no need to worry about it because you've lost it already. So now he has to just play on the basis of what's remaining on the board, and whatever is remaining on the board seems to be in his favor because after knight d4 he'll get knight d4. Rook b2 is in the air. Suddenly there are threats. Knight e2 check can be a possibility in the near future because there is bishop on e6. The only concern for black is the king on g8 and the clock ticking very fast. So how would I play as black after knight e5? He goes for knight e2, but I'm not sure if this is the right moment to play that. But let's see what Vidit does. After queen takes e2, maybe he wants to go knight d4. Maybe. That's his idea. But remember, knight d7 is also in the air, but there is queen a1. So he's still safe. He goes queen g7 to prevent any kind of check, and now he wants to go knight d4. Given a chance, he would like to go knight d4. White has played rook c1. The rook on a1 is no longer there, so white is improving the position of his piece. Queen is hanging. Queen moves. Okay, knight f5. So probably Vidit is ready for a draw. After queen e2, maybe they have... Oh, so FIDE Master Tampaches goes for queen e1. He wants to win this game. After rook f c8, the rooks are being traded. I think he has to trade it. And now, how will white continue? I think this is a nice move. The rook on c2 is there, but it's not really attacking e2. I think, though you can see the pawn is hanging, I think he has to worry about the possible ideas that white could have in the back rank. You see the pawn on e6 is hanging. Immediately notice the threat as soon as your opponent makes a move. Knight d4 protects the pawn on e6. Very good. Rook e2 can be a possibility next. Knight e2 check is also in the air. Why does Magnus not play it? Once I'm not so sure, but he is playing the Speed Chess Championship, which is a great thing. If you have not watched a previous stream that we did on Magnus Carlsen versus Parag Maksudlu, you must see, especially the way they ended it with so many moves that they played with the pawns and kings. I think that was hilarious. And Bishop rook into e2, rook into e2. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Rook f2 is coming, but don't take it yet. Queen f3, then e4 check. Queen b8 check is coming. We have to do something about this check. Oh, queen b8 check is coming, and yeah, he's played queen b8. I'm not so sure. I think queen f8 is necessary, and after queen f8, king f8. This position is not so easy to win for black. I think objectively white is doing fine here, and black actually has no chance as of now. But let's see if Vidit tries his magic and gets some chance. This rook a2, I think he'll just pick this pawn also if possible. He can play rook h4 and attack the pawn on g4, king f6. Okay, rook has to come to a2. He goes to d2, okay. King cannot go to g6 or g7 because of this pawn. Something went wrong. Something went wrong. Something went wrong for both sides. You see the analysis bar is just going up and down, up and down. And oh, that is sad. Vidit has lost his game on time, which means Vidit will remain on 5/6 as of now. Okay. Now I'm not so sure if he has a chance, but let's hope. Let's hope that he wins the remaining games. Coming to Raunak Sadhwani, he has won the game, and this is an Arabian mate. Very nice. So he got his knight and then got his knight to f3. Then rook h4 is the threat, but he played rook g2. Oh, then rook h4. This was a nice Arabian checkmate. Vansh, you were there. Yes, I remember. I was talking about all those who have joined us for the first time. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We'll be having a lot of streams in the coming days. Let's go to Gukesh. Gukesh has won his game. And who is playing? I don't see any Indian playing as of now, so I'll just stick to this game, which is rook bishop versus rook, and chances are the side having rook bishop is likely to win. This is going to end in a draw. Okay, let's quickly go to Vidit's game and find out where exactly Vidit could have played better. Oh, I have already lost that game. I don't see it here. Never mind. Karthikeyan Murli has won his game, so just quickly let's check. This is knight off, classical Sicilian, not knight off. And then, if you notice, guys, this is very different from how Vidit used to play with. Vidit's opponents were playing. So knight has come to b3. There is no knight d4 business. Karthikeyan Murli has directly put his pawn to h6 like alpha 0. And wow, this is a nice trap. He's saying, I'm attacking your knight, go back, but after knight f2, who is attacking this knight? It is the queen. So Karthikeyan says, I attack the queen. If you want, you can take the rook. But once the queen moves, the knight is lost. But he's saying, no, I'm not going to take the knight. I'm going to threaten checkmate on g7. And that is how he got a winning position. Queen takes a4 is met by bishop b5 check. A very nice win, it seems. The pawn on h7, two queens on the board. Okay. Wow, this is beautiful. Two queens. Two queens, and then he checkmates his opponent. Very nice, Karthikeyan Murli. So this game has ended in a draw, and after 7 rounds, we have two players on 7/7, and Raunak Sadhwani continues to do very well. He's on 6.5 out of 7, and is playing against former prodigy. Okay, let's keep an eye on this game now, because he is our best hope right now, and it's an English. Hi Hemant, I'm doing good. Thank you. How about you? How's everything? Yeah, Pavan, you're right. Vidit lost. So we are keeping an eye on Raunak Sadhwani's game. The pawn on e5 is hanging. So he develops with tempo. I think e4 is one possibility that players play in this position. Knight c6 is one, but c6, okay, c6 is also fine. Now white can play knight f6 and black can play queen f6 and then castles. This is likely to happen. But knight e3 is interesting, but I would not play it. I would definitely take knight f6. Knight e3 gives chances. So now I think it's the best time to castle, because e4 is threatened, but he goes d3 and he's also getting his bishop to g5. That's also an idea. Raunak is still your best bet. Yeah, as of now it looks like that. I was hoping that Swimmer Chess or Vidit will top today, but both players have lost. So Raunak Sadhwani is the only Indian player who has actually not lost a game. And let's hope that he wins the remaining games and does the best. And maybe we could have him again on the show like we did last time. Pawn can come to b4, knight can come to e4. So this is an English opening, guys. A lot of players are playing it these days. I have also played it. It's in a way very similar to Sicilian of the other side. So if you see c4 e5 is nothing but e4 c5 in other words. But there are certain intricacies. Samu Sigwan, no, Nihal is not playing. So Hemant, are you also playing today? Rook b1, white will play b5 very soon. e2 pawn is hanging, but maybe king f1. Defend like with it. He goes for king f1. Wow. King f1 and king f8. Okay, so the day of mysterious king moves. Or the night of mysterious king moves. Abhinav, no, Nihal is not playing. Vidit is playing, Harsha Bharatkoti, Gukesh, Karthikeyan Murli, Raunak Sadhwani, Aditya Mittal, Sankalp Gupta. So these are the names who are competing in this event at the moment. Queen d8, okay. Position looks very simple, guys. Very mild, nothing crazy is happening, and it is only white who is trying to maneuver and play for a break. There are different breaks available to white. One is b5, one is d4. Of course, c5 is also a possibility to undermine the pawn on d6. So, but Raunak goes for pawn to b5, which is great. He's enjoying a very slight edge as of now. That's what I feel. Hemant, busy with festivities. Okay. Yeah, it's time for festivals. We'll be very soon having Diwali or Deepavali, like we call it. So let's see if Raunak is consistent. I want him to, I mean, of course, as we are streaming, completely focusing on Indian players, it would be great to see him win. Queen a7. How about queen a7? No, queen c2 is the entry. So we have to keep an eye on queen c2 tricks. So maybe Raunak will run away with his king back to h2, or he could play queen a2. Just keeping an eye on c2 square. That's also a possibility. Queen c2 को रोकना है. We have to stop queen c2. Maybe, oh, g4. So now knight can come to f4. That's the drawback of playing g4, because the knight can come to f4. So when you are playing pawn moves, guys, be very careful, because every piece can go ahead and come back, but pawns can only go ahead. They cannot come back. So you must pay attention to this quality of theirs. That means every pawn move is a committal decision, and you must think a lot before you make a committal decision, something that cannot be reversed. This game is now probably heading towards a draw, because no queens, no pawn islands. So pawn islands are like clump of pawns, group of pawns, but here we see only one group. After gf5 we can see they are splitting, but still I don't think white has any chance as of now. But Raunak is having 1 minute 10 seconds while his opponent has only about 30 seconds. So let's hope that there is some magic. Mayank, please make me the mod. The thing is, I am only streaming, broadcasting the event. These things will be best done by Rakesh, and we will make you a mod eventually if you just keep visiting us, stay with us. What is the status of Vidit? Gaurav, Vidit's status is that he has lost 2 points. That is 2 draws and 1 loss as of now. So he's actually out of race as of now. And Gaurav Kumar, yeah, I've answered your question. Abhinav Ashish, definitely. I mean, the whole world is talking about Nihal becoming very strong in the coming days. He is strong already, but to reach to the at the very zenith of the elite level, I think he's very close. And do not surprise me if he becomes 2700 very soon. Okay, done, Mayank. Yes, stay with us, and we'll be doing many streams. So if we see you very frequently, then definitely you will be a mod too. Okay, so we have this knight endgame where he has managed to create something, but it's not enough. Not enough to win the game. Okay, now gh5 will come, and the draw incoming. Draw is incoming. Karthik and Murli is playing this position where it's going to end in a draw here as well. Alright, so this is going to be a draw. So what about Gukesh? Gukesh is playing Fedusiv, and he's a pawn down, but yeah, he's going to win this pawn. Bishop e6 and then rook c5. He can win the pawn anytime he wants, but that still means he'll be 1 pawn down. Even after bishop e6, he'll be 1 pawn down, because black has 4 pawns. This should end in a draw. Like they say, all rook endgames are drawn. I think we can also include this in that series. But black has some chances now. Now we can say black has chances because the king is slowly being pushed, and this rook is active rook, whereas this rook is a passive rook. In rook endgames, it's very important to have active rooks, even at the cost of pawns sometimes. You see the black king is slowly coming, and then Gukesh has resigned. Okay, that was a sudden change in the valuation and in the turn of events. So let's see. So Dropstone is the only leader with 8 out of 8. Parag Maksudlu is on 7/8, and we have Raunak Sadhwani in the 4th position right now with 7/8. 3 more games to go. Anish and Karthik and Murli, they are on 6.5. And Gukesh is on 6. So that's the status of the Indian players right now. Hello Vaibhav, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Yeah, Hemant also agrees with what I mentioned. Definitely. We were doing a stream recently where Hemant was also there, Rakesh was also there. We did this speed chess, MVL versus Nihal. Who is Dropstone? This, I mean, this is a question that is best answered by Rakesh, but he's not here today. Let me just check. Who is this? He is David Paravyan. David Paravyan, that's his name. Very strong player from Russia. and he is in form today. Raunak leading for India 7/8. Yes, I think we have not had OP in the broadcast so far. Let's have Raunak OP. You see, he was also very good in the previous title Tuesday, and with 3 games to go, I think he is all set to give his best. Let's hope that he gets going. Mayank, I don't see Rakesh here. Saksham Arora, hello. Yes, you are right. He won the BL Masters this year. Yeah. The chat is full with statistics today. Thank you. Definitely Raunak OP. So let's check where is Raunak. So there's going to be a break here now for a minute or two, I think, before we have lift off again. We will resume in a few minutes from now. So who is this former prodigy? So former prodigy is David Navara, guys. So draw against David Navara is not bad at all, isn't it? Yeah, David Navara, great. David Navara is a very humble grandmaster, one of my favorite human beings, I would say. So let's see how their game actually progressed. They got knight f6, d3. This was fine. So Raunak had this very slight pull, but not enough to convert. But this activity on the c line is what saved black, I think. And so Raunak decided to exchange the queens and just exchange everything and make a draw. So black also played a very good move. So full credit to black player for playing very accurately. David Navara from Czech Republic. Robin, it's there in the overlay. Check out. Amey Deshpande. Rakesh. Yeah, we can have Rakesh OP, but he's not here right now. I am Niranjan Navalgund. You are asking for standing of Indian players. Okay, I'll just tell you manually. We don't have a statistics for all Indians. But I can tell you that Raunak is leading for India with 7 out of 8. And then he's closely followed by Karthikeyan Murli, who is on 6.5 out of 8. And then after that we have Gukesh on 6 out of 8. And I think Vidit is also on 6 out of 8. So that is the status of the present position for Indians at the moment. Yes, Rakesh is doing well. I mean, we both are doing the chess.com India, so we should have chess.com India OP rather than Niranjan sir OP, I think. So it's how chess.com OP, because we have this wonderful opportunity for us to witness, and also for the players, for the title players to compete against high rated players, grandmasters, international masters. So thanks to chess.com for this wonderful opportunity. And then comes, Niranjan or Rakesh. So first chess.com OP, then of course today I think if Raunak does well, we will have another round of Raunak OP soon. I am waiting for the games to begin. I also sometimes stream, so maybe you can consider subscribing to my channel. So I'll just try to see if I can give you the link of my channel. Let's see. So that's my channel, guys. You can also consider subscribing. Murli also looks in form. Definitely. I saw that in some games he was doing fine, but in some games he was in danger. So I'm not sure if the play was consistent, but 6.5 out of 8 is a good score. And 2 wins and 3 wins I think will take him to 8.5, 9.5. That's a good score. So Raunak Sadhwani is currently in 8th position. Okay. So if you have just visited, guys, consider liking the stream. We are on 136. I think 150 is a good number to achieve on this stream today, with so many top streamers in the picture today. Let's go to Harsha Bharat Koti. Harsha Bharat Koti has won his game. I think very soon we will have the next round. Swimmer Chess. Swimmer Chess has won. He's on 4 points, trailing today. Queen E2. Okay. It's a strange line by black. You see Queen H5 check. No, not even check. The bishop is hanging, but opponent played G6 and he got a free piece. So if you are just starting out chess, guys, one of the things to avoid is hanging your pieces. Shiro on 7 out of 8. Okay, really? Let's check. Where is Shirov? Vugar Rasulov. Alexei Shiro is on 7 out of 8. Yes, Hemant, you are right. So let me also follow his games. So I'll just... Alexei Shirov is also in my follow list now. So I'll be able to follow his games as well. So there's a break going on right now, and last 3 more games very soon. How many of you want to play Title Tuesday someday? If you want to play Title Tuesday, I think it's a good motivation factor that someone from Anand's age group. Yes, Hemant, you are right. He's from Anand's age group, and some of his games are so fascinating. I mean, I have seen some games of his, and some of you who are new to Alexei Shirov, you must read his book Fire on the Chessboard. The games will also sometimes remind you of Mikhail Tal. And just yesterday it was the birthday of Mikhail Tal, and we shared a lot of puzzles, positions, lessons from his games. You can go and check that in the Twitter thread, where we shared a lot of stuff all related to Tal. Yesterday I saw that the entire social media was full of Mikhail Tal. Everybody was posting a picture, position, some game. So it kind of shows the impact that Mikhail Tal had on all the players of all levels. That is very rare. How to become a FIDE master? Mayank Hinge is saying he wants to play Title Tuesday. Number 1, practice every day. Number 2, stay consistent with what you want to do. And then number 3, play in tournaments where you are playing high rated players. If you reach 2300, you can become a FIDE master. That is how I became a FIDE master. I am Veer 0072. Sometimes there are tournaments where sometimes like round robin event where on winning you become a FIDE master, but it is best achieved by crossing 2300, I think. Hemant is right. Correct. And we have the leader, David Padavian, playing against Raunak Sadhwani. I will stick with this game throughout. And Raunak is very consistent with his opening choice. He goes Karo-Khan. He wants to take it solid. He maybe has Bishop F5 in mind. He plays Bishop F5. E6 will come soon. Knight C3, Knight E7 will follow. Bishop G5 or H4, H5. I think there are 2 options here. Bishop G5. Oh, CD5. Black can go CD5. Yes. Bishop D3. Bishop G6 or Bishop D3. 2 possibilities, but he goes for Knight E7. Maintains the tension, doesn't react. And now he gets his knight to C6. Rook will come to C8. Bishop will come to E7. Castling will follow soon. On castling, there is Bishop H6 idea, which black must watch out for. I'm not really sure if Raunak is in his preparation, because to play a move like G6 means something might have gone wrong. That's my personal gut feeling. I'm not sure if this move was like some the moves that continuation that Raunak chose, was it safe or not? I'm not really sure. So after bishop f8, white still continues to be on top, I think, because now black has to lose the right to castle if he takes with the king or rook. He wants to do it artificially, but f4 is too quick. I think f4 is coming very quickly with great speed. f4, f5. I don't know how he's going to tackle this. f5 seems like a necessity, because after f5, okay, he wants to take this pawn, but queen e3. Okay, so queen b2 is met by rook f or rook a b1. He wants to attack it that way, and maybe he wants to go g3, h3 and g4. White is better here, no doubt, but let's see. All our hopes are on Raunak, who is closely followed by Karthik and Murli, and Karthik and Murli is also playing a tough opponent. Okay, so as predicted, h3 has been played. h4 is one move you can do to prevent g3, so that any kind of g3 business is met by g3, or even g4 is met by en passant. But okay, he's going king g7. f5, the break has come, guys. The break has come. ef5 seems very natural and probably a necessary move. He has to give away the pawn on d5. Now white has two central pawns, and with that I think he can hope to have a very, very strong edge in the position. Mayank, your dad is an arbiter. Good to know. Mayank, the overlays is all given by chess.com. So I am doing this stream on chess.com. If you want to apply for a streaming membership, like if you want to become a partner with chess.com, I'll just send you a link on how to become a streamer. We have a streamers program on chess.com. In fact, I was the first official streamer of chess.com India. I mean chess.com in general for India. So I started streaming in 2019. So this is the link you can use. You can first get do some streams and then apply for the program, and if they approve your program, they will help you with all the tools. So that is how I got into streaming. I first streamed on my own with my own basic template, and they liked my streams, and then I became their official streamer in 2019. And now I'm doing streaming on my own, and I also do broadcasts for them. There are no FM norms. Yes, Hemant is right. Coming back to the position that I have, Raunak seems to be in danger. There is no doubt about it. The pawns on d4 and e5, they are killer pawns. So he's trying to prevent white from playing d5 because queen hangs. Also keeping an eye on the pawn on d4. Queen f2 seems necessary as of now. Or maybe rook e3 to play b3 and push this queen away. Because if you play b3 now, the knight is hanging. But he goes for queen g5. He wants to play queen f6 check. Okay, so if knight takes d4, there is queen f6 check probably. That is what he has in his mind. Rook h5, queen f6 check. Rook h5 is deadly. I mean, queen f6 is coming. Knight e2 will come next, I think. This is looking difficult for Raunak as of now. d5 is there, e6 is coming, d5, e6. Yeah, he goes for d5. Knight e5, d6. Oh, queen f4 check. Seems like something has gone wrong for Raunak's opponent. So this is his chance, guys. Knight f3 check. Oh, is this the move? What happens on gf3? Queen f4 check. Wow, wow. What a swindle, guys. You see, it's very fast. After gf3, there is queen f4 check. And then after king g2, there is rook g5. So this is a trick. Let's see, let's see. He goes queen f4, very good. King h1 is met by queen takes f3 check and then queen g3 check. So what a turnaround. What a turnaround. Queen g3. Queen takes f3. The pieces are coming and this rook will also come to g5 now. Queen f3 also. He'll capture all the pawns, I think. And then go queen g4 check, queen f4 check, then get this rook on g5 with tempo. Yeah, he's going to play queen f4, then rook g5 will follow. h3 check. Okay, still winning, still winning. Now maybe something like rook d8 is fine as well. Queen d2, rook d1 is coming. Okay, okay. Queen g2 mate is threatened. Queen d2 and then this pawn falls. This pawn will definitely fall. And great going. So Raunak Sadhwani is in contention. He defeats the leader David Paravian in the 9th round. So now it's time to look at Karthikeyan Murli, who has lost his game. Oh, that's sad. So he's lost his game. That means he goes further down. So he's not in contention anymore. So all our eyes will be on Raunak Sadhwani in the coming games in the last 2 rounds. Dropstone is on 8 out of 9. Raunak Sadhwani is 8 out of 9. Pranam Maksudlu is on 8 out of 9. Let's look at the games that are still going on. I see Yashasdi, who is from Karnataka, a strong FIDE master from Karnataka. He lost his game to a Russian grandmaster. Okay. Who else? Who else is playing? Jeffrey Xiong from the US is playing white against Vugar Rasulov, and this is likely to be a draw. It seems like a draw. Oh no, not draw anymore. He lost the pawn on h4, so this is going to be a win. Raunak OP, definitely. I'm going to say Raunak OP, definitely. Okay. So you want me to adjust my camera on OBS? Thank you for the feedback. I think now it's okay. Raunak is tricky, just like Firuza. To a certain extent, yes, I agree with you, because I have seen that many times. You know, Raunak keeps the traps until the very end. He doesn't give up so easily, which is a good skill to have, good quality to have. And I mean, the way he made a comeback in that position, who would have expected Raunak to win that game? Amazing, isn't it? That was amazing. Okay. So who is playing now? Let's see. Exotic Princess Jobava Bahadur has lost. Tampaches, who defeated I think Vidit, has lost to Jospem. Anton Demchenko, who is a regular in Title Tuesday, has lost. Santo Blue, Sanal Wahab has lost. Okay, so that means we will have the next round very soon, guys. Stay tuned. And we have Raunak Sadhwani versus Pranam Maksudlu. This is going to be interesting. Okay, e4, c5. Close Sicilian. Will it be a close Sicilian? Will it be a Grand Prix? Grand Prix attack. Oh, it's a knight c3, bishop b5. Okay. Now bishop c4 or bishop a4. Or knight f3. He goes for knight f3. Then black plays knight b5 or a6. And after bishop d3, he goes d6. He goes g6. Okay. Knight d4. Then knight e2 is likely to follow, which is what happens. Castles kingside. So let's see if if the moves I'm predicting whether Raunak is playing. He goes c3. Okay. So after dc3 he wants to play dc3 probably, so that he opens the line for his bishop to get developed. Two chess prodigies battling it out. I think Raunak is still a prodigy. I mean, he's young, but Maqsoodlu is quite old. I think when you compare Raunak's age and Maqsoodlu's age. So c3, it's going fine for white as of now. It's very rare, that Parag Maqsoodlu is spending so much time on this position. It's quite rare. He plays very fast usually. Okay, so my prediction was right, and now white is going to play castles. That's my next prediction. After that, d6 castles, knight f6, bishop g5. Bishop g5 sinks. Oh, c4. So he'll get knight c3. It's a Maroczy bind. Okay. And since it's a Maroczy bind, can we hope for bishop g5? He goes a4. Okay. This is interesting. And maybe now he has this square for his knight on b5. But black will want to play bishop c6, knight d7 and knight c5. This is his idea. So he goes bishop e3 and black will go knight d7 as predicted. So can we get f4, f5 coming? Because he's going to play knight c5 very soon. He goes queen d2. Knight c5 wants to play bishop c2 and then bishop h6 probably. Queen b6, knight d5 is a threat. Knight b5, wow. Now e4 is not hanging because the pin. I think he has wriggled out of his problems. Now white is fine. He's fine. A b5 or c b5. For a moment it looked like white is in danger to me. This pawn grab, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Whether it is healthy to capture that pawn, I don't know. I want to play king h1 as fast as possible. I don't want to be in this pin. King h1 or king h2. That's my move. He goes g4. So Raunak is going all out against Parag Maqsoodlu. There's no time to waste, he's saying. I'm going to play g4, g5 completely. f5. Okay, now is he threatening bishop h6? He goes knight d7. Okay. Bishop c3 can come anytime if you go rook e1 and stuff like that. You can see now the pawn on f7 is a soft target. He has positioned the bishop on b3 to keep an eye on the f7 square, but the knight on e5 is also well cemented because the knight on e5 cannot be pushed away from its square. There is no pawn on d2, there is no pawn on f2 which can say f4 or d4. So this is very exciting. I am very excited to see this game. Anything can happen. White is a pawn down, but he has compensation. Yeah, in a way, yes, you can say that. I am weird. I wasn't really sure about Maqsoodlu's exact age. So yeah, if he's 19, then we cannot really call him that old yet. Parag Maqsoodlu. Okay, rook f2, rook b f1 is coming very soon. On the other side, Karthikeyan has won, but still, we'll keep an eye on this game. I mean, we'll keep looking at this game. After rook f2, I think rook b f1 is coming very soon. And fg6. f7 is a pressure point. Will he get this point? And point to be noted, Maqsoodlu is down to less than 25 seconds, guys. What do you think, chat? Will he get this win? If he gets this win, it's going to be great. Great for his confidence also. Okay. He wants to trade queens. He wants to play queen c3 and neutralize the pressure. But e7 is also hanging. So maybe he'll push f6 first. Oh, so he's attacking the b3 bishop. That's the point, guys. If you take, he'll take back and say the bishop is hanging. You cannot really take the pawn on e7. So Ronak maintains the pressure, puts the queen to d1 and now says I'm attacking the pawn on e7. Bishop f6, maybe h4, no, h4 will be too weak because it weakens g4. Bishop h6, yeah, that's nice. On bishop f8 he wants to play queen g3, this is the threat, this is the dangerous threat, queen g3. Oh, he doesn't go for it. He reserves the threat, he believes in the quote, threat is stronger than execution. And it's opposite color bishop where it is white who is in danger, I feel, because these squares are all occupied. I mean, these squares, dark squares are not in white's control. The rook can come to c8 very soon and target these pawns. So rook c8 was probably coming very soon. Oh, at the right time he's got his rook to c2. I think there is at least a draw here. After rook c5, I think at least a draw. That's what I feel. It's not easy because this pawn is a passer. So if the king comes to d4, it's not so easy. But with knowing him, g8, king h6, bishop f7. He gets the pawn back. Yeah, now he is in the safe zone, guys. Now Raunak is in the safe zone. He just put the bishop on e6. Bishop can support the pawn here also. In order to win such endgames, you need pawns on both wings. At least the pawns should be 2 files apart. Here that's not a possibility. So I think this is going to be a draw unless one of them loses on time. Yes, Veer, I think it's going to be a draw. That's what I also feel. King takes h4. Why? Why did he give away that pawn? That I am not so sure. Why did he give that pawn? Oh, he wants to go to b6 and get his own pawn rolling. Ah, that's interesting. This is going to be winning for white. This is going to be winning for white. b6, b7 is coming. Oh, Raunak is winning this against Param Maksudlu. Wow. This is epic, epic. So many swindles today. a7 and then there is no stopping the pawn on a7. So that means Raunak Sadhwani will win this game and wow, he's won this game. Amazing. So that puts Raunak in a very good position. He is now 9 out of 10 and with one round to go he's in the second position and he has also defeated Dropstone DP, that is David Paravian. I'm very excited. With just one round to go, I think we should have Raunak OP again. I missed the point that the pawn on b6 was weak. Yes, Hemant, you're right. I was only concerned about whether this position will be holdable or not, whether it's a draw or not. But it's quite smart of Raunak to have spotted this opportunity to go to b6 and capture the pawn. I mean, this is great. The way he did it, it's incredible that who would have thought that this game would have been this game would go in Raunak's favor after all this. So that is why they say kuch bhi ho sakta hai, anything can happen. So what he does here is he plays pawn to h4, gives away that pawn. Okay, agreed. He took this pawn. Okay, king c3, and now I think at least one pawn should be supported, but he plays e5. So how do we support the pawn on a5 or the pawn on c5? So how about bishop c3? Yeah, maybe that is the move to hold the balance. After king c5 you play e5, after b6 you play e4, after b7 you go bishop e5. Maybe. Okay, so now let's look at the games that are still going on. Here Jeffrey has won. So all the games are done, I think. So we will have one last round, guys. One last round. And our focus will be on Raunak. And he's playing MVL. This is going to be exciting. MVL is on 8.5 out of 9 and will be pushing for a win. Whereas Raunak Sadhwani is now on 9 points and is employed e4. There is no English this time. He's going for knight off against I think this is going to be a knight off. And which line? Bishop e3, knight off. Okay. So some players, they do play knight g4 and ask the question to this bishop, but not MVL. He's going for e5 and it's going to be a pure knight off. Bishop c4. Yes, Hemant, you are right. That's the game we are looking at. And pawn can come to a4. I think bishop b3, very important, or queen e2. One of these moves could be played. Sometimes you could also go for knight d2, but not here. I think bishop b3 or queen e2. I would not want to exchange the bishop because the f pawn comes to e6. But he goes for it anyway. Maybe he has some plan in mind. Maybe he wants to go pawn to c4 and restrict these clump of pawns. Knight g4, queen d3. This was played very quickly. That means he has seen it all. Knight b6, rook a7, knight c8. Wow, knight c8, very interesting move. But not necessary to make it. Knight d5, he goes for knight d5. Rook d7 or rook b7, and then I think he will take the bishop on e7. Oh, queen d3. e5 is met by queen d5. Wow. Seems like both players are following a game. At least it looks like that. With the way they are playing, the speed. So ed5 is not possible because queen d5. So maybe king h8 to threaten ed5. He goes knight c6. He's actually threatening ed5. Not yet, because queen d5, then the knight hangs. So he's not really threatening. So there you see a4, Raunak building the pressure on pawn on b5. ba4 is a move you would not like to make, definitely. I would still go for king h8. He goes for queen d7 and now he's threatening ed5. That's the threat. So ed5 is coming. I think white has a very stable edge here considering the pawn on d6 and b5. And white has only 2 pawn islands whereas black has 3 pawn islands. Knight into e5 is the tactical trick here. And he goes for it. Oh, so his opponent has blundered it. Now you see, Raunak is a pawn up, guys. Raunak is a pawn up. Queen c5. c3, okay. Fingers crossed. I mean, this is very, very close to a win. I mean, Raunak is a pawn up. What more, I think? What more can we expect from this position? He's a pawn up. He is ahead in time to a certain extent. Now the time is okay, but this is a good position to be in. So white has just played b3. No more b3 business for black. Just have to be careful for any kind of exchange sacrifice in the future, but not now. White plan probably play rook a6 and double on the a line, or maybe consider exchanging queens, because exchanges will only benefit white because white is ahead in material. Rook f3 could be a possibility now that there are 3 major pieces focusing on the square. This could be a desperate attempt to murky the waters, to complicate things. You see the knight is coming to g6 and knight is coming to f4. It's not so clear yet. Raunak has to be alert. He has to be precise. Rook d6. He has taken the risk. Oh, this is going to be very risky. Knight g6 is coming. I don't know what reply he has prepared against it. Maybe he wants to go rook d8 and exchange the rooks. But then knight f4. Very risky. It's going to be intense now. Knight g6 played on the board. Knight f4 is a threat. Rook f3 could also be considered as a threat. Will he play knight d4 and give away the pawn? He plays queen f1, which is passive. Rook f3. Is rook f3 coming? gf3. Okay, so he's gone for this exchange sacrifice, which is very typical. He was aiming for it. So it seems like MVL is now posing some concrete problems. How is black going to defend, white going to defend the pawn on f3? This is lost. So he's going to take the pawn. The pawn is lost, so that means he's going to get the exchange back, but will that be enough? Will that be enough for black? I think this is forced. Yes. Rook e6 you can't play, I think, because of queen g4 check. Or rook e6 is met by rook d3. Okay, so now he's relying on this pin. Queen g6 check, king can come to h1. But queen takes e4 is coming. Oh, so he has to go king f1. Queen takes e4 is coming. Rook d8 check, king h7 will come. The pawn on h2 is hanging right now. Queen e4 is also hanging. Raunak is down to less than 40 seconds. He's now in 30. Opponent has 1 minute. Queen d5. Wow. A difficult move to make with very less time on the clock, but it's great that he has made it. He wants to desperately exchange the queens and neutralize the pressure completely. The good thing for white here is that there are no checks in this position. Okay, so now it's transposed into this endgame. I think rook g3 is a safe way to say, okay, I think this is going to end in a draw now, based on what I am seeing. Or we can just say, you take this pawn, I'll take this pawn, and then we both will just exchange these pawns and it will be a draw. So game is probably going to end in a draw very soon. Rook c3 is met by c5. You can just give away that pawn. b3 is met by rook b4. Rook behind the pass pawn, guys. Always remember, you must place your rook behind the pass pawn, yours or your opponent's. Even if it's your opponent's pawn, rook behind the passer always is a good advice. King d2. King e3. He goes king d3. He's giving away pawns. Oh. That is risky. That is risky. So it's again going to be a race between this pawn and this pawn. Yeah. King d5 is met by rook g6. I think that's his trick. So he goes king f5 and thereby c6 is coming. What a race. What a race this is. King d2 preventing rook c1. Again king d3. Very good. King d2. I think it's going to be a draw after king d2. So the players are going to repeat. It seems like that. Oh, rook h4. King d3 preventing rook c4. Very exciting. And it's a draw. Great finish by Raunak. Let me just ask him if he is willing to join us. So let me just ask him if he is willing to join. So I'm just asking Raunak if he is willing to join. Great. So great news, guys. Raunak is going to join us very soon. So I'll just prepare stuff for that. So stay tuned, guys. We will have Raunak we'll have Raunak in the broadcast today. So we'll listen to him and maybe I'll take some questions from the chat. So if you want me to ask some questions to Raunak, please leave the messages in the chat now. I may not be able to see it while I am on call with him. Okay. Okay, this is the second time, 2 consecutive times we have Raunak. That's great. So let's get him with this. Okay, so I'm waiting for him to join us. Raunak OP, definitely. Raunak looks like those cool nerds who are good at everything. Yeah, let's ask if he's good at everything. Would be very interesting to know what else he does. Yes, Raunak OP, definitely. Soumya Ranjan, yes, the tournament is over. We are waiting for some games to end. So I'm just making sure that all the settings are right. So Raunak will be here shortly. That's what I feel. Yeah, Raunak. Copy this on the browser. Okay, so there we have. So Raunak has backed second position, guys. This is an improvement over his previous event. Amazing. Congratulations, Raunak. So let's hope that he connects. What is Raunak's secret for consistency? Let me ask. That's a good question. I don't see Raunak yet, but let's hope. Comes soon. So I've sent a message to him on Twitter as well. Let's see. Hi Raunak. So let's wait for Raunak to come. So there are some questions I have just noted down based on what I see in the chat. What is Raunak's secret for consistency? Okay, I'll definitely ask this question. And we have Raunak Sadhwani here, guys. Hi Raunak. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi Raunak. You're going to be live very soon. You're audible to the chat, so I'm just going to bring you on the screen.
Sure.
Amazing. You see, I had everything prepared in my OBS last week, and I see that it's the same. I know I don't have to change GM Raunak on my right. So that's the best part. Actually, I have a lot of questions today. First of all, you have finished second in this tournament. Your first impression, your first thoughts.
I thought I had a very good chance in the last game. I thought I was winning somewhere.
In the last game, okay. And how do you feel? Because you got third last time, now you're second.
Actually, I was not planning to play this tournament. I have some fever. But in the end, I was feeling like okay, I can play, so I decided to play. Yeah, I got very lucky in some games, but that's the part of the game.
Yeah, you were right. I saw a lot of swindles, definitely, but so there was one question from the chat. What was the consistency? What is the secret of your consistency?
No, I think I just got that hang of the tournament like from the last time. So in the starting rounds, I understood to win games is important.
Yes,
you should just go all in the start.
Correct. Yeah, I think you did that
Previously,
very well.
I used to think that okay, you have to score this much so you can stay solid in the start and win in the end, but it doesn't work in the end because in the end your opponent also wants to win.
That's a nice strategy. So you want to go in for the kill and then see if you are in a comfortable position, then you will consider different options. So you are also changing openings based on that, isn't it?
No, I was playing more or less same openings.
Like for example, I saw English and then I saw you were switching to E4 with white.
Yeah, that was just against MVL because against Snydov, playing against MVL when he has to win, I was very comfortable to play that position.
Ah, okay. He was on 8.5. Correct. So, I have a question regarding that game. So, I'll just invite you to the analysis. Do you have some time?
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, one moment. So, I'll just get the games. Hold on.
Like from the morning, I didn't do any chess. I was just sleeping most of my day.
Ah, okay. I mean, it's a good thing to take rest, once in a while.
Yeah, just because I was like unwell and like 2 hours before, I didn't even imagine that I would be playing this tournament.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's something which you will be happy about that you played this tournament. Okay, so I'll just invite you to a board so that you can also see the board and I can also see the board. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're
Against Paragon, I was just completely dominated.
yeah, he played very well. So your ID is Raunak
But I have won
Sadhwani
there.
2003, right?
Sorry?
Your ID is
No,
Raunak
2005.
2005. Yeah, okay.
Uh, just a second. Just a second. I'll be back. Just
Okay.
one.
Okay. Chat guys ready? Let's listen to what he has to say.
Yeah, I'm back.
So there is a question before we go into the game. Raunak, have you heard about Allen Iverson, the NBA player? Your play reminds me of him. He too was eager to play and get the best against best players like Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So are you aware of this name?
No, I don't follow the game simply.
Okay. All right. So I mean, as you can see, this game of Naidov against MVL. So what exactly happened? I had a feeling that when you played Queen D3, it was your preparation. Was I right?
Yeah, I knew it for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so this is like something that has already been played, is it?
I was not sure Queen D2 is the move or Queen D3. Both have the same idea I knew, but I was not sure like which is the move.
Ah, okay, so that could make a difference. So you went with Queen D3 ultimately, and
No,
after
not here. I mean, move number 16.
okay, move number
This all
six.
I knew. This for sure I knew. Here I
Okay,
didn't know this or this.
I immediately noticed that by playing Queen D3, you reserve the square on D2 for the knight.
Yeah, but I think he could also get some knights and knights if I tempo somewhere.
Yes, makes sense.
I feel it was Queen D2, but I don't know.
Okay. So have you played this in tournament before?
Yeah, I had not exactly this position, but this line I've played against Wei, I've played against Navara.
So this is a trending line. Basically, I have no clue about this line, so I was curious.
Yeah.
So you feel that you are having an edge. So where do you
Yeah,
think
this position I thought I am completely winning after 95.
Yeah, we were expecting you to convert this because you were a
Not to
pawn
win
up.
this was already a bit sad.
No, but you must also take into account that you are coming from a very difficult position there when you are losing heavily in certain games, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
So that way, I think this game draw is okay. But one thing I wanted to know, when he played Rook BF7, you knew that he was going to take Rook F2 F3 someday, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought Rook F3 is not the problem with so less pieces, but I completely missed knight E7, knight G6, knight F4, and then I mean it was very tough.
Yeah. So you went Rook A6, but I was considering something like Queen E3,
I think I should have played E5.
Pawn E5 directly.
Yeah, just to prevent Queen H5. I wanted it after rook a6 to play if and take with the rook, but I completely forgot about queen h5 knight e7.
So what happens on d5?
Maybe now rook a6 or queen e4, one of these moves.
Ah, so you're preventing this queen coming to h5 and
This should be completely done for black.
yeah. Okay. So this was draw. Like later, I think you both were having very less time, and both sides had a
I
lot of
think I
chances.
should be losing here somehow.
Yeah, looked very scary to me.
Yeah.
But great. I like that you found queen d5. How was the feeling of when you found queen d5?
Yeah, I spent quite a lot of time here, maybe some 10 seconds. First, I didn't know what to do. Then I saw queen d5, but then I saw rook endgame and I thought I'm worse. But then couldn't see any other move. So I said, okay, rook endgame worse is okay.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed in today's games of yours, that you are exceptionally resilient and you put a lot of resistance when it comes to
Yeah.
the final few moments. Now, there are some players who play well in classic games, but oh, I just noticed that the board is not cropped well. Okay. All right, so I have the board right. So you played queen d5, and what was how was the experience of playing this? Like my question was that some players are good at playing classical chess, but you are improving by every hour, let's say in blitz or in faster time controls. So what would you suggest to what was the method to improve your blitz or bullet?
I think you should just play on chess.com because there you have like lot of strong players every day. So if you play them, even if you lose, you learn something from them.
Okay, so you would say that you play consistently in that particular format that you
Like
want to
every day
play.
you can fix some time, 1 hour, 2 hour, and play on that time. That's
And
completely
here,
fine.
do you suggest that you fix a number of games or number of hours, or you just keep playing as long as you want to?
I think if you have a good day and good opponent, you should just keep playing.
Uh-huh. And do you also like look at even the blitz games and analyze as soon as the games are over?
Not really, but sometimes I do.
Yeah, if they are theoretically relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. And in today's tournament, which is your best game according to you?
Best game. Okay, against Param, I mean, you need to have a lot of luck to win that game.
Against Param. Let me just quickly check what was the
I was
situation.
just like hoping that I hopefully will make a draw, but then yeah.
One moment. Let me just get that game. So this is Param Maksulu. Okay. So I just pasted that game. You can see you are playing as white. So this is a system you have played before, is it?
Yeah, this is my blitz system, I would say.
Okay, blitz system. So actually, I was predicting the moves. We were closely looking at your game, and we were predicting the moves, and you got this Meroxy-bind structure. So is this
But
the
better for black, yeah. A slight better version.
yeah? So that is where my question was. Is this the only way to play, or we can keep the pawn on c3 and play bg5, queen d2?
Yeah, that is one of the ways, but as far as I know, c4 is what I have also played in the past, and it was the top choice of the computer while I was preparing.
Huh. So let's say c4 castles. Did you consider rook b1 here?
No, I just played knight c3.
Yeah, because by putting knight c3, this b3 is becoming difficult. So I thought rook b1, b3, bishop b2. That was my idea.
Yeah, sure.
It's a possibility, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Then,
I just know this position and this setup, and rest you just play this.
and what is a4? Is this also part of the plan in such
No, no.
situation?
No, I just forgot probably because a4, a5 is always good for black.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this was my hunch too, because after bishop c6, knight d7, he has,
Yeah, black is more comfortable, yeah, for
yeah,
sure. Then I had to give this pawn, just there was no other way to
yeah,
play.
yeah, correct. After you gave the pawn, there was a moment where I thought, okay, first king h1 and then do everything else. But your move g4 declared that you are having some aggressive intentions in this game.
But the thing was like I was hitting in the air, I think, because if you think logically, how can I attack?
Yeah,
Even I get f5, I get g5. He plays no move. Still, I don't see a direct way to win.
yeah. So that So knowing this, you still went for this idea.
But I didn't know what else to do. I thought I was completely doomed in this game also.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that. Plus your pawn down. But okay, then there was one moment I liked your move bishop b3 because
Yeah, I think he shouldn't have allowed me to do this.
so you took advantage of your opponent's last move.
Yeah, but at the same time, how does he play if not that? So
If not, knight d7. I was
I don't see
considering
anything.
bishop e5.
Yeah, but what next? Yeah, you need to play on the C file. So the knight is standing on the C file.
Makes sense. Yeah. So that was fine. And then you got your rook to f line, you got your bishop to h6.
Yeah, I missed bishop h4 and I was so unhappy in the game.
Okay, I thought your opponent will play queen g3 check, but he did not.
But king h1 and where is the follow up? Yeah.
So king h1, queen h3. Oh, you have rook h2. Okay, this is your point.
But even if he takes like queen g3, king h1, rook f8, I think he's completely better.
So you are saying that
Sack the
the rook
exchange.
f8.
Yeah, you have this stronger bishop than this one of the rooks.
Yeah. So if
I
you
think-
were black, you would definitely get the point home. Seems like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see what to play with white.
Yeah, there is no target. Even
Rook
f7
f3.
is not so deadly anymore.
Maybe rook
So
f3.
then you got this. And then when you exchange this, actually I just saw a post on Twitter where our one of our staff members, Jeremy Kane, has put this position on his Twitter profile and is asking for the best move for white. I think in this position, I'll
Oh.
get that position.
Yeah, h6 was really terrible. Never expected that from him.
H6 when?
Very played h6. He
H6.
gave the pawn. I thought, okay, I'm suffering here, and now he's giving me a free pawn.
Yeah, that was a free pawn, a gift. I agree. So let me just quickly check the question.
Where was it on Twitter?
Yeah, so just check the question. Hold on.
We'll check.
So he says that this is an educational moment from the title Tuesday today. After
What is his username?
his username is on Twitter is chessmen sch. So CHESSMENSCH. So,
Okay.
so after h6 you won a pawn. I'm coming to the position which is given as a diagram.
Yeah,
So-
h4 was really good, I believe.
So what was the point of h4?
Just to like delay his king, yeah, because he cannot take it direct. Maybe even if I go directly, it should win, in my opinion.
So you mean you want to go directly towards b6?
Towards d5.
Like d5,
Yeah,
king
d5 to
f5, king c6.
That should also win, but I thought anyway the h pawn won't be useful.
So when did you see this potential to go and grab the pawn on b6?
No, first of all, king e4, bishop c4, I consolidated, and then later, after bishop f2, I found that I can also go there.
So you stopped any kind of c4
I think
business.
I could have gone directly, but I was scared of king e4, king d4, some unnecessary stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So you got this, and I think the position that Jeremy is mentioning is not a part of the game, right?
Which position?
So I'll just show you the position Jeremy is mentioning. Let's say you put the bishop to f7, put the bishop to d4, and this is the position, and he is saying that this is white to move.
H4 or what? No, bishop c4. Yeah,
So this is the move he is intending. So you had seen this idea to put the bishop on c4, then decide whether to go b6 or
But
not.
1 second, I have a doubt. Like, couldn't he just play c4 here?
No, I just tried to get that position.
No, in the game,
In the game, of course, he had c4. Yes.
c4, and I can just agree for it.
Yeah, but I think to sense that b6 could hang later is not
Yeah.
so easy from this position.
True.
So that is why magic of double opposite color bishops. It's strange, and that white is even having this hope. But I think you had this hope, and that is the reason you were able to see this. A lot of players sometimes when they are down, they lose hope.
Yeah, true.
So
Yes.
that's a good quality you have, and I'm very happy that you were able to do all the magic today. So in addition to the games that you have seen, do you want to particularly look at any game, or you think that these were the highlights?
Yeah, we can check my game against whom? I think against this Jospem.
Just Pam, let
Ah,
me
maybe
just.
David Paravian. That is much more.
Yeah, I saw that you won against David Paryavian. Let me
That was
just.
a heart attack for me also. Like I got into such a bad position.
Yeah, so his username is Drop
Props.
Stone DP. Okay, so I've
But he
got.
was just killing today.
Yeah, he was killing everybody, whoever was
Yeah.
coming in his way.
Even in the last game, he won with black, which I not at all expected.
Oh, yeah, so that's the reason he won the event.
Yeah.
So just a quick
But
look at the
actually,
chat.
if he would even draw still, I think he would win because he has a better tiebreak.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Raj,
yeah, still.
Raj Joshi is saying that your opening preparation is very good, which is translated well into Blitz. Do you agree, Raunak?
Yeah, I do agree.
I also agree. Alright, so let's get this game. You have it on the screen. You played the Karokan, and I saw that you were more than two Karokans today with the black side.
Yeah, yeah. This is my main opening, so yes.
And I have a feeling that um, somewhere here, for example, Bishop D3. I don't know this particular position. I'm just
I
being
also
very
don't know
honest.
actually. C4 is not the move which they play.
C4 they play, right? C4 knight C3. CD5 is not something that they play.
I don't know. I never saw C4 before in my life.
Oh, okay. So this is a
Usually
popular line.
H4 is the move, knight F3 is the move, knight D2 is the move. But
Correct,
C4
correct.
is...
But they also play this. Like for example,
Yeah,
E6, knight C3. There is bishop G5, which is something I have seen before. But what was new to me is that he took CD5. And
okay.
this after this, I felt, how about bishop D3? Did you consider this?
Yeah, yeah. Queen D3.
And then I, let's say, play bishop B4.
Ah, I think this is the better way. What I did was bad, but still Queen G3.
Queen G3. I can play knight
E6.
E7.
Ah, okay.
But looks risky. Huh? I want to give this
Yeah.
because of this, but
Makes sense, but also very risky, yeah.
yeah, it looks risky. I mean, I can say this because I am not playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you played 97, fine. So where did you start feeling the pressure?
After later, I missed one move.
Okay, I'm going through the game.
I overlooked this Queen G3 move. I thought I'll get a
Queen,
castle, I'll be okay. Queen G3 is very strong, I believe.
Queen G3. Okay. Did you consider moves like Bishop F8 or Rook G8?
Yeah, but I didn't want to break the castle.
Yeah, so you went G6. So only after this Queen G3 you felt that maybe something has gone wrong.
Yeah, now I thought everything went wrong. So I thought he could have played Bishop F8, King F8, and Knight B5.
Oh, D6 square.
Then I thought, okay, now I have to just play. But yeah, I mean, maybe Queen B6 is working still.
Queen B6, Knight D6?
Knight D4?
I'm thinking about Knight D4, Queen D4, Queen F3.
But Knight E5, Queen F6.
Yeah, looks very deadly.
Game over. Maybe a Knight F7 next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was doomed here probably. Yeah.
So you have to thank your defensive resources and skills to find those moves.
I think I have to thank my opponent first.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So I'm curious, what exactly was happening in your mind in this position? Let me say after
Oh, I missed
F5.
F5. I think I should have played Rook H5 or some. But Rook H5 also F5.
Yeah, F5 is coming anyway.
But how do I prevent F5?
Yeah, I think basically
Knight E7. I think Knight E7 is the move. Yeah.
after H4 or after King H2.
I think King H2 was a mistake by him. Then I should have played Knight E7 here.
So you're saying you want to come with your knight to F5. What if I play G4?
Yeah, but this I'm pretty happy, I believe. Like takes. Okay. Some move. Which
Okay,
move?
maybe knight f5. You can also play knight f5, right?
Yeah, I can also keep the control, yeah. Play king g7. This
Ah,
kind of.
so you're saying now I am going to attack, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
But
fine. I mean,
still,
black is
yeah.
fine. So yeah, you are right. You pointed out the right
I
move.
thought there's no idea. I'll just play king g7, played it casually. Then I realized f5 is there, and here
Yeah,
I was like down. I thought I'm gone this game.
yeah. So do you think the players are underestimating you
No, I don't think they're underestimating, but I think they're somehow losing control
in the
when they're.
last few moments of the game? Yeah,
Yeah.
good, good, good for you that you were able to do this. Then
And
I
here
think,
after the game I saw, like I
uh-huh,
was curious. I thought this should be game over, and I saw a move by computer, which I don't think it's possible to play in blades.
knight
Like
b5.
knight. Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. What happens on queen takes b5?
E6 and it's game over.
Okay, I will defend. I'll say I'll. Oh, ef7 is coming.
EF7, King H7 and Rook E8, I think. But this is
This
so
is.
computerish. I mean, I don't believe anybody will find it.
Yeah,
But
what if
it
I
was
just play
possible
queen?
because Paravian is a player who can find such moves very fast. I think D5 even.
Oh, so have you played against this player before?
I think we have like 100, 200 blitz games.
Ah, so you knew this player.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So he won this BL Masters, right?
No, not Bill, Gibraltar. I was
Gibraltar. Okay, so we saw the message in the chat. Somebody mentioning that. Okay, so this is something which I mean, I even when I was watching the game, I was not able to spot. So yeah, computer is definitely. And after d5, did you see knight e5, queen f4? I saw that the evaluation bar had dropped, but I was not sure why.
Yeah, this position, I think if he plays like King H1 prevents the only trick, then how am I supposed to play? D6, D7 is coming.
Yeah, this is annoying pin here.
F4 also D6, it doesn't help.
Yeah, f4 also
I,
is
I
c6.
think
So
this is losing.
yeah, agreed. This is going to be losing, and your opponent made one move which he was not supposed to make, which is d6.
Only trap, yeah, probably.
Yeah, the
And
only
first I
trap.
thought Knight F3 is a draw. I just played, I said, okay, draw is also fine. But when I reached there, I saw that it's winning.
Yeah, yeah. The queen is eventually helping the rook to come to g5 with check,
Yeah.
which is what gave you win. So I saw this entire series today. I was saying at least from round 7 onwards, we were focusing on you, and we were thrilled with how the games were turning in your favor ultimately.
Yeah, I was also shocked. Yeah.
Okay, that was good. I mean, I'm very happy that you came to our stream and
When
you
with like Martinez Alcantara, I was, I think, losing somewhere. Should be.
Martinez. One moment. Let me just see.
And Jigiro, I won on time, which was also completely lost.
One moment. So you're talking about round two.
Yeah.
That
No, not
is
round two. Not round two. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, yeah. Against Jigiro, it's 5 and Jaspem 7.
okay. So this is one game which we have not seen. Good idea to check what exactly happened here.
Which one?
Yeah, this
Jig-
Sujiro's game, because I did not follow this during the stream. So this is Sanan Sujiro. You were white. It was a Catalan, and this is something that I know. Bishop c3. Wow. Okay, this is something new. Though I have been playing Catalan for many years, I have
This is
rarely seen.
a very new idea, I think, invented by Ding, first of all.
Oh, Ding Lawrence, Bishop c3. Okay.
Yeah.
So the point is to give up the bishop for e4 break, is it? But black plays f5 then?
F5, they just play F4, A5 here.
Okay.
The game goes on, I mean, it's just for playable position.
Okay, interesting. This is also a good learning for me because I have not seen this before. b6, a4, bishop a6, queen b3. Okay, looks fine until now. This is fine. Knight e3, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, So what was the critical moment in the game you were talking about?
I think this position I was in control. I thought
Mm-hmm.
it would be very good, but I don't know where I lost my control.
Okay, it seems like the pawn break has still helped you. I mean, no danger yet.
Yeah,
H4.
h4 was very unnecessary.
Because your G3
I think
pawn.
this was the big reason for getting into trouble because this bishop is dead.
Correct, correct.
And h4 was just too unnecessary. I thought just improve one move doesn't really matter, but it did matter.
So knight F5, what would you do?
Knight f5. Yeah, knight f5 is also very good. Yeah. Bishop f8, but still, I mean, it's good. Yeah.
Then maybe rook A D3.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Okay, this is a possibility, but you went H4 and after you're not afraid of any bishop G3 business?
No, bishop g3 now didn't work. I saw that, but what he played was like what I didn't see.
Okay, he played rook
Well,
E8.
let's say I underestimated it.
Okay, but you got queen C3. You had seen this beforehand.
Yeah, I just played knight f5. I didn't see anything, but he played g6, which I didn't expect. And now I realize that I cannot take on d6. He will take with the queen, and I'll eventually lose my d5 pawn somewhere.
Oh, it's coming because three pieces are attacking it.
Yeah,
Okay.
rook will join. Maybe also you can sack it sometimes. So then I thought, okay, I have to play queen c3, try to do some perpetual, I've thought. Like g6, queen c3.
Then he got queen
Like,
D8.
I think he could have taken gf5, queen f6, rook c3, and I can make a draw. This is what I wanted.
King F8.
King f8, I thought there will be something, but even I'm not sure is there anything.
Yeah, maybe queen H6, then king E7, rook E3. Rook E4 is there.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can run. Yeah, true.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I thought
interesting.
there should be some ideas there. But I knew that it was so bad for me that I had to do that.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
what he played is like killing me, I think.
Queen D8. Okay. Knight has to move.
I thought knight at 6 I can make handy move.
Okay. So you made that. Knight H6 you made. King G7. Knight G5 also you got. Okay.
Bishop e5.
So F7 is hanging. So Bishop E5 will move the queen. You played Queen
Yeah.
C2. Fine.
Played queen d7.
And if I take the pawn on F7.
Yeah, I saw something. What did I see? I was also wondering now what happens to that.
Queen H3. Yeah. Knight G4 is coming.
Queen h3 is there, but oh, sorry, knight h3 is there.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. It's late at night. Sorry. So Queen H3 is not coming.
No,
Then
wait,
what
what
else?
did I see? Maybe it was just a hallucination.
Maybe H6.
But then at least I have some 95, 96 check.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I see? Now this makes me very curious.
Did you see Rook C4 and Bishop into D5?
Rook c4. No, not really. Maybe I saw bishop d4, but okay, I would have gone for this. Maybe I should have gone for this only.
Yeah, this seemed like something that I would play instantly, Knight F7, but you had probably a trap or something. You played
And
D6.
yeah, let's say bishop d4. What should I do actually?
I was thinking that if you play, let's say, Knight F7, Bishop D4, Rook F3.
And yeah, bit strange though. But rook b2, let's say.
I move my queen to D3.
Yeah. But okay, I can actually take bishop d5.
Yeah, position, of course, black is having a lot of options.
Yeah, no, even here bishop d5 should win for him eventually.
Yeah, pieces are very shaky.
Yeah, that was the reason, and like I saw he's under time trouble. He doesn't have time, so I played a move which will like confuse him.
Correct. Yeah, it's F7 is hanging. You are intending to
No, I
go.
just pushed d6 and I thought, okay, whatever. I just
Okay.
played a move. Even I don't see what should I do after king at 6.
Okay.
I just played it like just for
So you are
fun.
like you making use of the Tal code. You are taking him to 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 kind of territory.
Yeah, just confusing me. Yeah, king h6. I think I'm just resigning then.
Yeah, knight f7, nothing is happening because the bishop is protected.
He played queen c6.
He played queen c6, and then you
I
got
played
rook
rook
f3.
f3, and he got flagged. But even now, king h6, and I'm a piece down.
So, okay, so you won this on time. But I
Yeah,
think also kudos to the kind of moves you made. We cannot really say that, it's all luck because you also made such moves which confused him to certain extent.
yeah,
Yeah, so it took you one win by time and two to three swindles to get to second position
yeah,
in
surely.
this event. Amazing. I'm very
It was
happy.
better. Yeah.
So, what plans? Do you want to play the next Title Tuesday as well?
Mostly yes, but if I will like I have something, then I won't play. But mostly I will play it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm very glad you joined. Let me just see if there are any questions.
sure.
So Sai Litherwin, he's saying that Raunak, please carry on your performance. I am always there to support you. Make
Thank.
India proud. Please win next title Tuesday.
I'll try.
Yeah. It's very kind of you, Raunak, that you accepted our invitation to be here. It's Raunak OP in the chat, definitely.
Thank you.
And it's late at night, and plus, I also want you to take care of your health. Come back strongly again,
Yeah, sure.
and we will see you around again on chess.com.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
for joining. Bye.
Bye.
So that was Raunak Sadhwani, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I would like to thank you all for being with me. It's 2:30 a.m. already, and some of you were still here with me. Thank you. It was a great experience for me to talk and know about the Raunak game today and how he thought during the games. He also explained how he usually trains. Like he has suggested that if you want to get better at a particular format, please consider playing more of that format. And we are glad that he also recommended that you play on chess.com. So thank you, Raunak, for recommending our platform, and thank you for your time, and congratulations for backing that second place today. And we hope that the first place is not very far and you will clinch it eventually. With that, I'm going to take the leave and I'm going to sign off. Bye bye, everyone. Good night.